football fans are fired up. A capacity crowd expected for two of Conference USA's top offenses. Delaware, led by dual threat dynamo Nick Minicucci, matching up with Western Kentucky maestro Maverick McIver. Welcome to college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. From Delaware Stadium, it's the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky and the Delaware Fightin' Blue Hens. A pleasant good evening. Welcome to the booth. Two familiar faces, studio stars and Pro Bowlers in their NFL days. Patrick Peterson, Kyle Long, your broadcast game debut. Welcome, fellas. Kyle, what are you looking for here today?
I'm looking forward to a ton of points being scored. You know, when you watch these two teams, they're led by great quarterbacks, great offenses. It's going to be a lot of fun all night, Patrick.
Friday night football. You cannot think of a better matchup with these two teams going at it. It's going to come down to which defense is going to make the key stop.
And that's because the backfields can bring it. Let's ignite it with the Hilltoppers. What do you see?
Well, I see a team led by a great quarterback, Maverick McIver. There's no throw that he can't make. He's got a ton of receivers out there who can make plays for him. And I talked to offensive coordinator Coach Bowie. He said they've given this young man the keys to the Ferrari. Love to hear that. And then he's got a little bit of support there in the backfield. They've got a great stable of running backs. Number 11, Lavelle Wright, is one guy to keep your eye on. They run the Wildcat with this young man. In the low red zone, you can see him being a big-time threat against this defense for Delaware.
And Patrick, the Delaware Blue Hen backfield has its own forces.
Yeah, but they got Minicucci. He's basically the spark plug for this Delaware offense. Everything runs through him. Second in the conference in passing. And oh, by the way, he's first in his team in rushing touchdown. Then he got his running mate here, Joe Silver. Joe Silver is third in the conference, averaging 81.5 yards a game. If the Blue Hens want to walk out of here today with a W, they would need both of these guys to be on their A game. Then we got my son, Pollard. Last time these guys were out on the field, he had a big one, 2 interceptions. If the Blue Hens want to take the ball away from this Hilltopper offense, they will need him to do that at a high level here tonight.
Ryan Carty, former quarterback for the Blue Hens, steering his alma mater into the FBS ranks. Year one transitioning. They can't win Conference USA, but they can win CUSA games. Tyson Helton and the Hilltoppers have shown they can put up points with the best in the league. A perennial power in terms of passing potency. They're trying to become the first CUSA team to go 3-0 in league play this year. It is autumnal bliss. 64 degrees, a pale single moon hangs in the sky. It is Friday night like football.
Feels like football here, John. You know, these fans are packed in here. Delaware, they got a great hometown. Two great teams. What more can you ask for here? Can't wait for this thing to get kicked into the night sky.
Delaware won the toss and chose to receive. They want the ball. Jack Cassidy at 6'6", the Irishman, sends it tumbling end over end. That'll be a touchback, and the Blue Hen offense will take the field as we get underway. And they are led by Nick Minicucci, who lost a really close battle for the starting quarterback job in camp. But Zach Marker got hurt on the second possession of the season. He has taken over, and the offense has been humming.
Yeah, and the coaching staff talked about his natural leadership. Forces guys to play their best at their best when their best is required. So let's see if these guys can get it going.
Blue Hens from the 25, Joe Silver, sidecar right. Locked left, Minicucci goes middle, threads the needle, and it's dropped in the hands briefly of Kyrie Duplessis, but Nazir Ward was there to jar it free.
I like a little quick game action here from Delaware. Drive starter, great protection. You know, you'd like to see the catch there, but ideally that's what you're looking for up front for the Delaware Blue Hens.
Duplessis is one of the men that you're looking for something from. He's the motion man here. Pressure comes, toss opposite. And the block holds a brief edge and a tumble out of bounds around the 30. So a gain of about 5. It'll set up a 3rd and 5. Jalen Wester on the stop.
You know, Coach Rogers, the offensive line coach for Delaware, he prides himself on guys that block through the whistle. We had a couple receivers down the field there blocking. No block, no rock.
Take a look at the defensive starters. Harper Holloman stands out to you, Patrick.
Yeah, Harper Holloman, he's one of those guys who the defensive coordinator was really, really high on. Let's see if he can have one of those big games here today.
Blitz is picked up. Minicucci steps up, and the quick slide is caught out of the tackle over midfield. 45-40. And sandwiched down inside of the 40. Jake Thaw in his first game back. He had missed the last couple. They were hopeful he'd return at practice this week. Dave Harrod finally takes him down.
Yeah, Minicucci did a great job right now scanning the field. He sees Thaw coming right back into his vision. Thaw does a great job of breaking tackles and getting the ball down the field for a first down.
Great blitz pickup, too, there in the backfield. Doesn't happen without the running back getting his nose dirty. I think that was Joe Silver.
33 yards. Empty. Motion from Ellison, the running back. They go diamond left. A look left.
Oh,
and the
double
throwback
pass
to Minicucci. The quarterback was a decoy. And the lob right is almost picked off. Just over top and out of bounds. In the area was Javen Mack. They go trick play right away.
Wow.
You know, with the way this offense moves the ball, I'm a bit surprised they're going trickery early. But anything can happen in Coach Carty's offense. They're willing to take some chances. Settle in here. Let's play some football here. Get the ball down into the red area.
2nd down and 10. Pressure comes left side. Backside pressure. One-on-one. Deep heave. Jump ball. Knocked free. Incomplete. Looking for Sean Wilson, but he was met in the air and it was driven away.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Let's see here. The DB here makes a nice play fighting through the ball. DeMarco Williams playing through the hands as we see it right now, not panicking, fighting through the ground. Nice job drawing the bar loose.
So now 3rd down and 10. Trips left, pressure shown near side. Edge pressure comes. Minicucci opposite, floats it out in space. And that's good for a first down. Spinning out of bounds, Jakari Kelly. Helped out a play by Ali. That'll be a 1st and 10.
All right, John, what you see here is you get 5 guys, known rushers at the line of scrimmage going against this Delaware group, which forces 5 one-on-ones. You're down a man on the 2nd level. This is a great way to run and catch it for Delaware. Pick up the blitz and get the ball out. Great job by Minicucci.
Fresh set of downs. Locked left, checking down. Goes underneath, and the catch made at the 25. So only about a yard there, brought in by Ellison, who's brought down by Wester.
That's the one thing that Coach Merritt talked about, his corners. And everybody's in the secondary. Those guys come up and stick their face in the fan. They don't mind tackling. That's what Coach Merritt hangs his hat on, his secondary guys coming up making plays.
2nd down and call it 9. Edge pressure comes. Inside run. And the forward progress denied at about the 23-yard line. Now, the Delaware run game is highly efficient. They can get yards at a pop, while Western Kentucky has struggled to control the run game, allowing about 200 yards a game.
And this was the big challenge we heard from this Western Kentucky defensive coaching staff. We got to figure out how to go toe-to-toe and fight with this Delaware offensive line, who plays really cohesively as a unit. That's the challenge. Big play there for Western Kentucky.
3rd down at about 7. Delaware leads Conference USA, 50% success on 3rd down. Minicucci to his tight end in the flat. Bulldoze the first man. 2nd hitter stumbles him. He gets the first down. Connor Widoff dispatched up by Miller Malone.
How's it feel tackling a guy like that, Patrick?
It's not fun at all. Let's not forget what happened last night when Coach Carty talked about this group in particular. This is the most improved group he felt that was coming out of camp. And he said, keep our eye on Widoff.
Only 1 touch for Joe Silver so far. It went for 5. Do they test the inside of that Western Kentucky defense? They do. Silver slips out of the first hit. Shoulder yanked down at around the 10.
You got Jaden Hardy jumping out of his gap here. You know, it wasn't necessarily a win at the point of attack for that Delaware offensive line. You just had a defensive tackle getting a little bit nosy. You know, gap integrity is so important, Patrick. That's 5-6 yards that they'd like to have back. Got to play with gap integrity down here, particularly in the red area.
2nd and 5. Minicucci a run option as well. On the handoff, right side, not a whole lot. Tonight's red zone brought to you by Verizon. The fierce denial up front for Western Kentucky.
And that was one of the key points as well for defensive coordinator Coach Merritt. Stopping the run, and being stout in the red zone. We have a third down call right here coming up. Let's see what Minicucci and the Delaware offense dial up.
And Jakeem Fletcher with that last denial, 3rd and 4. ISO left. Running right. Minicucci knocked down at about the 5. DeMarco Williams was there, and that spot is good for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
And this one thing that we do know, they will call on Minicucci down here in the red zone. I can remember back a couple weeks ago giving him the ball 3 straight times against UConn in a big win for this Delaware team. So they're not afraid to put it in Minicucci's hands.
And that puts the stress on the defense. He throws the heck out of the football, but he knows when to press that run button, doesn't he? And they drew that one up for him.
XXX.
Hilltoppers deny touchdowns in the red zone with the best of them. Fade, one-on-one, one-handed try. Incomplete. Now, the opponents have only scored 6 touchdowns in 16 red zone trips against the Hilltopper defense this year.
Yeah, Nazir Ward right now is having himself a nice game. Does a great job just playing the ball, playing through the receiver, locates the ball high, and raking his arm at the point of attack. Nazir Ward having a nice start to his game right now.
First time we're seeing a split backfield. Both primary running backs are in, Silver and Ellison, who's more the beefier punishing back. Out of the gun, edge pressure. Minicucci trying to turn the corner, gets yanked and brought down to the ground by Wester. He'll be shy by about 2. What do you do?
We had a block by Joe Silver that went out into the cheerleading section down there, John. You know what? If I'm a Delaware coach, I say, gosh, we got all the way down here. Great block. Let's not do anything stupid. It cost us points. Great physical block at the point of attack.
4 for 4 on 3rd down so far. They're going big. Extra beef bodies are out there for the Hens.
I think that was Byron. That was Byron Ellison Jr. getting physical down there.
He's the deep back here out of the pistol. 2 big tight ends are in. Play fake, Minicucci keep. He turns the corner. He walks in. Touchdown, Delaware.
You get 2 pullers here, John. You get 2 pullers, and they get their eyes in the right spot. You see from the backfield, this is called Bulls on Parade. And great job getting your eyes back inside because there's no threats in the bleachers. They're all coming from center field. Great job. Minicucci able to go in pretty much untouched. Delaware on the board.
2-yard touchdown score. Now the point after from Nate Reed. Now these offenses are highly efficient, highly productive. The Hilltoppers are going to have their chance. The kick clean. Delaware 7, Western Kentucky nothing. The Hilltopper show will start next. Minicucci all day. Touchdown Delaware. Some thunder sticks out, 7-0. The early lightning belongs to the Blue Hens. The Hilltoppers seek their response. 15-play, 75-yard drive. The big play, Jake Thaw, first game back, 33-yard grab, 26 came after the catch.
Love that. That's why you want a guy like Jake Thaw to battle back, get in that training room and get back on the field. They love to see him out there.
Nate Reed, the kickoff man. DeMarco Williams, George Hart III, the return man. Here is Williams from his own 2.5. And he's hammered, brought down fiercely at about the 17-yard line.
What a tackle.
Oh, boy.
Kind of fell into it, but
sometimes you both pick the same lane,
exactly.
And you're moving at a high speed, and that's when accidents happen.
And that definitely was an accident right there.
Maverick McIver is the quarterback for Western Kentucky. Dominant in his first 2, not as much these last few.
Tell you what, that's what a quarterback's supposed to look like right there, John.
Man.
Motion from K.D. Hutchinson. A run, bounce it out. Turn it upfield and carrying a Blue Hen all the way to the 23-yard line, Marvis Parrish.
You know, you get a pulling guard on the first play. That's what we like to call a statement call, John and Patrick. You put that in your first 15, you say, we're going to find out how that chin is.
First play. We're going quick here.
They go empty.
Noah
5 wide. Quick hitter on the screen. It gets blown up. Nobody home to block, and they'll actually lose a bit to the 25. Katie Hutchinson had nowhere to go. Merge Malumba was part of the pile.
This offense can do a lot, run and pass. One guy we like to see is Noah Myers. He's going to be on the field a lot. He's over there in the slot right now. Big time, great athlete, second year, big time player.
Lavelle Wright is subbed in. 3rd and 2. Western Kentucky trails only Delaware in third down efficiency offensively in Conference USA. McIver changing it up. They show press late. Motion from Hutchinson. McIver, time eroding, dangerous over the middle with a tumbling grab by Hutchinson.
What a catch.
That was
Katie
a
Hutchinson.
nice catch by Hutchinson on right there. McIver right now threading the needle at the last minute, threw it low to where only his guy can catch it. Had nice coverage, but better catch.
Gain of 6. Blake Matthews the stop. Lavelle Wright was the finisher, the closer for Western Kentucky last week. He's getting a bigger role early tonight, shielding the ball, the probing hands of multiple hens. He'll lose a half yard, nearly back to the 30. Blake Matthews part of the pile.
You know, north and south type of back. You saw the pull from the left guard there. Lawrence Seymour, he got caught up in the hole. There's a little bit of trash, nowhere to go. But don't shy away from keep calling those kind of runs.
Another empty set. They go trips near left. No running back, 3-man front in this 3-3-5 defense of Delaware. Looping into the backfield. A lot of motion. McIver flushed on the run. That's not part of his game, but he's going to go, and he's aided out of bounds by Gavin Mole. There is more on Mole today with Dylan Traynor ruled out, starting backer and one of the top tacklers and leaders for Delaware.
Yeah, Mole is one of those guys. He's the guy that get the job done. Wherever the ball is, Gavin Mole will be there.
George Hart III is subbed in. His first snap, 3rd down and a long 9.
Too high.
A much more crowded Delaware front. McIver recognizes, looking sideline. Hand signals come in from Rick Bowie as OC. Play clock down to 6. Motion from Hutchinson. Play clock at 2. 3-man rush. McIver all day, slings it, jumping grab made at the 40, and Hutchinson dances out of bounds just beyond the sticks. That's a first down, helped out a play by Myson Pollard.
You know what? You get a guy like Maverick McIver. Doesn't matter what that play clock says. Doesn't matter what they show you on defense. He's not flustered. He ain't going to blink. You can see him get the motion, counter motion, ball snapped on time, and a completion. That's what you love from McIver.
And not only that, Keyshawn Cox has to go make this play. He can't wait on that ball right there. He's in perfect position to go get it. Now he just has to go make the play.
Off the fake, it's a reverse. Cameron Flowers show and shake. And he gets suplexed down to the ground by Pollard at the 49-yard line. Misdirection from the Hilltoppers.
There's your guy, Myson Pollard, Patrick, making another play. 2 interceptions last week. Stopping a trick play here, setting the edge, and you can see him. He's going outside half placement, right?
Yeah,
Force
man.
it back to your buddies.
Yep. Great tackle, nice position to slow down a trick play. That could have went for more.
2nd down. Parrish in the backfield. Pressure comes. Quick throw. Catch made to the 45. And Musa Barry puts it on the field. It's picked up by the Blue Hens. Merge Malumba punched it free, and KT Say picks it up. A turnover forced.
KT Say all over the field. We asked his Delaware coaching staff who you really think is special. KT Say is one of the first guys that comes off the tip of their tongues. And if you talk to the Western Kentucky fans.
Ball's low.
Catch, followed by a fumble, recovered by the defense. First down, Delaware. Timeout on the field.
We'll step aside. The first turnover, and the Blue Hens have their second possession.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. By Verizon. And by IHOP. Order now for delivery.
Welcome back. Our old friend Rich Gannon among the Blue Hen alums. Apologies, a loss by Joe Silver of a yard, taken down by Rylan Suafilo. Sets up second down at 11 here for the Blue Hens. Possession begun by a takeaway. Dangerous throw in a tight window, looking for Max Patterson, whistles by. DeMarco Williams was there. There is Rich Gannon, who spent 3 years at Delaware. Back then they ran the wing T. He was drafted by the Patriots in 1987. They said, we want you to be a running back or a DB. He said no way, had forced a trade to the Vikings, went on to a very good NFL career.
Rich Gannon, a
Rich
DB?
Gannon.
Special athlete, Rich Gannon.
What? Can't see it.
Rich Gannon would say, take a shot on these guys right now after a turnover.
Third down, Minicucci floats it middle. Dangerous ball, nearly picked off. Dropped right at the turf by Jalen Lewis, who pounds his own face mask in frustration.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Minicucci and this Delaware offense right there on that throw. Just a little out of the reach of the receiver, but the DB has to make that play right there.
Now Brendan Locke to punt. Katie Hutchison, the return man. Off on each side will fair catch. Bit of a taller snap. Clean kick by Locke. Decent hang. Hutchison the fair catch wave, and he rips it in at his own 22. Oh, we'll step aside. The Hilltoppers will have another chance trying to match that score. We promised you the ball would be moving. These teams have combined 7 for 8 on third down. In Western Kentucky, one of the more diverse offenses in the country.
These guys can attack you so many different ways, John. So many guys get the ball. Coach Helton has put his trust in so many different players, and that's really rare, Patrick. You're used to having 1 or 2 guys who touch the ball in the backfield, maybe 5 or 6 guys at the receiver position. These numbers are staggering.
Yeah, that's crazy. 16 players to have a catch, 13 players to at least touch the football. That's wild.
Tyson Helton reminded his team, remember last week when they were playing a game on a Saturday, every room in the hotel had Florida State, Virginia on. You're playing on Friday night. The nation's eyes are on you. Meet the moment. Maverick McIver. He can sling it. Checking down, pressured, fire, tipped ball, tipped again, and knocked down to the turf. Couple of hot potato hands, as it could have been in either team's favor there. And KT Say already has a fumble recovery today.
Yeah, Maverick getting a little bit risky here. Going in the middle of the field where a lot of blue jerseys are, ball a little high. Oh, KT Say could have had another turnover there.
Number 7 is magnetic on both defenses.
Yes, he is.
Ball keeps finding him.
Magic in that number. Delaware crashing up front off a fake. There is nothing there. Surrounded, hounded, and dropped back at the 20. Loss of a couple. Piercing pressure from the Blue Hen defense.
You know, in some of these gap schemes, it takes a second for the play to develop. You got the pulling guard, you got the double team. None of it is developing yet for this Western Kentucky offensive line. They're going to have to fit up on these Delaware D linemen a little bit better and let that running game get working.
Third down and 12. They've converted on their first 2. Delaware showing press. George Hart III, sidecar. Motion from Hutchison. McIver, pressure both sides. Steps up, takes off. McIver! Wow. He has the first down. Improvisational wizardry. Pollard finally takes him at the 34.
Hey, if you go back and look at this, McIver, he sees these guys with their eyes back in coverage, and all he does is just take us off. Takes off, free release, free lane hit there to run to pick up those 12 yards. First down.
A big shout out to George Hart III, peeling that rusher off of Marshall Jackson.
Close press coverage, play fake. McIver sets up, unloads, deep shot over the top for Henry. Tripped up at the 20. Right on high to Henry, and Hassan Manning tripped him up to save a touchdown.
My goodness. MacGyver with a dime over the shoulder. Man, look at this throw. Put it where only his guy, Henry, his favorite target right now.
Flag on this play, inside run by Hart, but the flag fluttered seemingly at the snap. Now the 48-yard deep shot.
Illegal formation. More than 4 players in the backfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Call that a full house, John.
No, more than that. Danny Tanner plus. And penalties were a particular point of emphasis this week for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, but we're going back to this dime right now to Henry, who is MacGyver's favorite receiver so far. These guys have a really good connection right now going. And as we can tell, they got it going right now.
We have not seen direct snaps to the running back yet. Lavelle Wright in the backfield. There he is in the Wildcat. It's to him. He goes opposite MacGyver. And he gets hit up top by Masson Pollard, gets some help from his friends. That's something they've gone to activate the run game a little more close to that high red area.
Coach Bowie said it best. He said, we like to change the numbers. And for those of you at home, when you got a quarterback back there, it's 10 on 11. You put Lavelle right there at the direct snap, you get 11 on 11. It's true football. Then you pull Marshall Jackson, your best offensive lineman, you got a fighting chance.
They're doing it against the fighting Blue Hens. Parrish is now in, right out. Parrish goes out. Empty for MacGyver. Stepping up again. He's got space. He stumbles. And he throws it away. There was nothing there.
Talk to some of these scouts about Maverick MacGyver. He's obviously confident with his arm.
Quarterback was outside of the pocket. Ball went beyond the line of scrimmage. Third down.
He's obviously confident with his arm. He's seen everything, played everywhere. And the thing that I like the most about him, when he does scramble, he ain't running to run. He's running to throw that thing because, as you know, Patrick, when a quarterback gets outside the pocket, it stresses coverage, brings everything up. We call it the suck. And then you can make those big-time throws. MacGyver does it really well.
No doubt about it.
Motion from Flowers. MacGyver pumps, throws underneath, a crossing look, and a great tackle. As soon as Flowers had the ball, he was ripped down for a loss by Blake Matthews.
Yeah, nice tackle by Blake Matthews. They right now in the zone coverage, reading and reacting right now, ball thrown underneath, rally and make a tackle.
Make a play, young man. That was a heck of a tackle.
No doubt. Open field, get them down by yourself.
I
Nice
judge
play.
it by how quickly they hit the ground. From first contact to body on the ground.
41-yard field goal try from John Cannon. He is 7 for 8 on field goal tries this year.
That's
the quarter
end
ends.
of the first quarter.
We are through the opening quarter. It's Delaware 7, Western Kentucky nothing, looking for points. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. Tonight, 2 of Conference USA's unblemished in conference action. Hilltoppers trying to become the first Conference USA team to go 3-0 in league play. Louisiana Tech will play on Thursday against Kennesaw State. The Hilltoppers will meet Louisiana Tech October the 21st right here on CBS Sports Network. Some big chunk plays for the Hilltoppers on a drive that has fizzled into a field goal try. It'll be a 41-yard attempt from John Cannon. On 3rd and long, it was a 14-yard keeper from MacGyver, who also hit a 48-yard deep ball to Matthew Henry. Can they get points out of it?
Does it get better than Cannon for a kicker?
That's pretty spot on, right? There's a lot of poetry in names tonight. The kick on the way, plenty of leg. Nice. And it is good.
Off the broadside, John.
Hit a little draw.
We'll step aside. We'll see if these offenses can continue to tee it up. Infancy of the second. Blue Hens by 4. 7-3, Delaware has the lead. Tomorrow, a full day of college football on CBS begins at noon Eastern. A matchup between service academies, Air Force, Navy, 3:30 Eastern. Big time out west, number 7 Penn State and UCLA. It all heads your way tomorrow on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Nittany Lions are still licking their wounds, Kyle, after a loss to your Ducks in double OT.
That whiteout turned into a greenout, didn't it?
And we'll see what Penn State is able to do, matching up with a UCLA squad that has lost its head coach and its OC off to a winless start. Oh, the Hilltoppers after the field goal, poised to kick.
I love this guy,
Kelly,
the big
return
Irishman, 6'6", big old leg.
Big leg.
Kick this thing up to the moon, buddy.
Yo, Jake.
The launch for the man who played rugby until coming stateside. Now Kelly from his own half-yard line on a full sprint, forced to cut. And he gets popped a couple of times, continues to drive all the way to the 25. Now Delaware, first year in the FBS ranks, so many firsts to be had. The first ever win as an FBS team against an FBS team. Wake up the echoes of the old Yankee Conference, took down UConn in overtime, and the first Conference USA win came against FIU.
Yeah, this team right now is rolling with a lot of confidence. First in every category on the offensive side of the ball, trying to get the defense to follow up with them. But these guys can score some points.
Minicucci unloads right out of a first would-be tackle. Second hitter just shy of the 30. Nazir Ward was part of that contact. Yeah, these are two teams that have had their own respective runs of dynastic dominance in the old 1AA FCS ranks. Western Kentucky has shown its ability to consistently put up points in the FBS. Delaware trying to match that. Second down and 6. Some stunt pressure and a big gash. That's a first down run. The jump cut nearly lost the defender. Dave Harrod was able to latch on and lasso down the sprinting run there. Joe Silver will make that Ellison.
This group knows that this game, this offensive line for Delaware knows the game rests squarely on their shoulders. And if they can win the game in the trenches, it doesn't have to be close for the Hens.
On first down, Minicucci fire right. And a shoulder out of bounds at the 45. It's a gain of about 6. It's Ward helping out of bounds the grab there by Sean Wilson.
You know, we talked to that Western Kentucky coaching staff, and they raved about the Delaware offensive line. But as I'm watching this game, they got guys at every position blocking their butts off, Patrick.
Yeah, they do.
It's contagious in this offense.
Second down and 5. Delaware coming off a bye week. It's a shorter week for Western Kentucky. Bounce it out. Joe Silver turn the edge, and he shakes a defender hopping out of bounds for a first down. Dave Harrod part of the pair with Miller Malone. Joe Silver leads this Blue Hen team in carries and yardage.
You know, Joe Silver's one of those guys, when you talk to the coaching staff, they said he has gone through a metamorphosis as an athlete. He is the guy that's in there after practice working on his body, working on his mind, and obviously it's not always like that at the beginning, Patrick, but he's found a way to make himself a real pro out there for Delaware.
They put him short. It's third and short. Now an inside run. And where is this spot? He is down clean at the 50. They say move the chains. Jaden Hardy the stop, first down.
Yeah, remember what I said coming into it? He's Minicucci's running mate. And he's the workhorse for this Blue Hen offense. He get those tough nitty-gritty yards, as we just saw just now. Getting that tough 1 yard for this offense, moving the chains, keep this drive alive.
He's found a way to focus, has an app that shuts off all social media so he can dive into studies and football. Minicucci, jump grab made by Max Patterson, immediately contacted by DeMarco Williams, pierces the Western Kentucky territory to the 42.
So Joe Silver locks up his cell phone at night. I wish I could lock up the snacks, because my pantry, you know, it doesn't close all the way.
You and me both. Anything with chocolate or coconut is probably dead.
I'm a hard pretzel guy.
Yeah. I tell you what, that's self-dedication, though, for him to be in college and locking away his social media.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In this day and age?
Nuts.
Take a shot here, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, this is definitely a shot area across the 50.
Single high.
We always call it shot zone.
Low snap. Minicucci handles well.
Didn't take the shot.
Ooh, we had the hook
Does
and
have
ladder
the first
right there.
down.
Ooh.
And some punishing hits on Sean Wilson. Nazir Ward was there again. It's a first down.
So one thing that was pretty cool, a little flat route there for Joe Silver. They make the catch on the hitch route. Who's right there to potentially catch a pitch? I'm not saying we're going to see the hook and ladder, but that right there tells me it could be somewhere down the line.
Remember Coach Carter said he always have at least 1 or 2 plays up his sleeve that he might roll out there.
Reminds me of an old Delaware quarterback by the name of Matt Nagy I played for.
Shared duties back in the day. Mitakuchi spreading the wealth around. Now on first down. Duplessis, haven't heard from him in a bit. Swing it out. Hurdle the defender. An impressive burst by Elijah Sessoms, the tight end, showing he has some hurdle game. That's a first down. Miller Malone the stop.
So we went to practice the other day, and I saw big 88 Elijah Sessoms walk by me, and I said, are you sure you're not supposed to be wearing a number that starts in 70? I give him a ton of credit. He was 20 yards down the field earlier in this drive, blocking his butt off. He gets the ball here. No block, no rock. Look at this guy. Oh, my goodness. He's got the back sweat going already. That's a football player right there.
Oh, yeah.
First down and 10. Pressure up the middle. Mitakuchi trying to bounce it out. He's got a blocker, and he uses the angle well. Gets spilled inside of the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Jalen Lewis cut him there. That's a gain of about 8.
Sessoms out front. The big fella out front here coming from the backside of the formation. He was behind the guard, so he's traveling across formation. He's the lead blocker. I love this stuff. Carty's putting his big tank out front. Sessoms, I hope we get to keep calling his name. He's fun to watch.
Second and a long one out of the pistol. Western Kentucky showing pressure near edge with Wester. He comes, play fake, reverse! Blocks are there, they have the first down. Inside of the 10-yard line, the burst there from Nick Tyree. Dylan Flowers finally corralled him.
And man, they got some trickery going on right now. Coach Carter right now is dialing it up, mixed direction, having the defensive eyes going one direction, the ball coming back another. These guys have the Western Kentucky defense right now on their heels.
And Nick Tyree's brother Chris, you might know from his time at Virginia, Notre Dame, more recently with the New Orleans Saints in the league. Joe Silver back in. It has been a kitchen sink possession. First and goal. Fake. Mitakuchi to Silver in the flat. Surrounded and goes right through the initial double. Second hitter has him at the 3.
I thought Mitakuchi could have took a shot up the field. He had a receiver wide open on the corner route, but he took the shore catch with Joe Silver right in front of him, just short of the end zone. But he had a 7 route right in the back of the end zone, wide open.
Haven't heard a lot from Duplessis. He is wide left on the bottom of your screen. Out of the pistol. It's the inside run, and it's not there. Western Kentucky bottles up dynamically and allows nothing. It'll be a loss of a bit. Jai Eugene Jr. led the push.
So they got some big hogs up there for Western Kentucky, starting with big 98 in the middle, Jaden Hardy. He's about 330 pounds. Looks like an NFL offensive tackle, but he's playing defense. So when I look at what Coach Carty's done well, they split the field in half, okay? You get Mitakuchi outside right, outside left, running game outside right, outside left. That time they go up the middle, they run into the pile.
Silver goes out, somewhat empty. Mitakuchi on third down and goal, picked off. Knocked down, he couldn't hold on clean. That's incomplete. Jai Eugene Jr. had it, and on the back pedal, hot potato, fell down.
Oh, Jai Eugene Jr., you gotta make this play. I played with your dad in college. He was just like this as well. He couldn't catch the ball either.
Oh, stop it.
Come on, Jai Eugene Jr., you got to make that catch.
It's a tough play.
Well, and it's a big deal,
play,
right? Because if you turn them over there, you get possession. Instead, Delaware
off the board,
going for a chip shot field goal.
Yeah.
And trying to make it a touchdown game, it is Nate Reed. Snap a little high, the spot, the kick, and he cleanly boots it. 23-yarder is good. It's a touchdown affair.
Timeout on the field.
Now we'll step aside. The Hilltoppers stiffen it up. They deny the TD. The Hens settle for 3.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Subway. Keep moving with Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. And by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram.
From your playing days, you could put those unis back on here and now, right?
Nah, John, it's over with for me. My semen is dry.
I don't know.
What about you,
My
Kyle?
back hurts, Patrick.
Look at that.
Hey,
That's out there in Hawaii.
one of the last Pro Bowls in
Yeah.
Hawaii. A special experience.
Yeah, one of them. But look at us now. We're in the
Yeah,
booth,
this is
baby.
cool. This is cool. This is the closest I've ever been to somebody in the secondary, actually. I was so out of breath by the time I reached you guys.
Yeah, thank goodness they have an elevator in the press box these days as we get a touchback. And so we'll get another offensive possession. What is your feel for this game as it stands?
Man, it's been very high power up and down the field on both offenses, but Western Kentucky seems like they just can't get out of first gear. They're moving the ball up and down the field, but it just can't put it in the end zone right now.
It's clear that it's tough to make hay in the running game right now against this Delaware defensive front, so it's going to be a lot more of Maverick McIver getting the ball out. We're going to see some creative ways to get the ball down the field.
We'll see.
We have some really creative and fun play callers and playmakers. First play of this possession, quick hitter to Flowers, and he is immediately taken out. Only gets a couple of yards, earns the 27-yard line. It does seem like you both had remarked while we were at break a bit of a different energy for these respective teams in the opening quarter plus.
Yeah, I think with the coming off the bye week that Delaware had and the short week that Western Kentucky is having right now, it's definitely been evident.
Yeah, Western Kentucky had to travel, too, a number of times in the last month.
Crossing look for Flowers, and he's able to pick up the first down here. Gets just beyond the sticks.
And more about that short week, Patrick. Everything moves up. Your treatment, your meetings, everything's a day forward. Let's pretend it's Tuesday. It's not Wednesday, okay, guys? You got to convince the whole building of that.
Right.
Everything goes up, and then you travel up here, this stadium. It's a lot for this Western Kentucky team.
Very capable of taking some deep shots. Press has been shown more and more often by the Delaware defense on the outside. McIver off a subtle play fake. Has his back in the flat, steps up in the long launch, one-on-one deep middle, and it's knocked down. He found Cameron Flowers battling hard with KT Say.
Man, Cameron Flowers just gave up on that play just now. He thought the quarterback, McIver didn't see him, thought he was a little late on the throw. Just watch him. He just gave up a little bit on that play. He still could have made a play on that ball, but gotta play through the whistle.
I love the competitiveness of these guys in the secondary on both sides of the ball, preventing some big-time plays as well.
Not afraid to be physical. Motion from Hutchison. Hart is in at running back. He gets fed, trying to follow a path. First wave miss, second wave, Myson Pollard, the safety, pops him at about the 41-yard line, gain of 5, 3rd and 5.
Hey, Quincy Jenkins, a physical pull here up into the A-gap. We used to call this God's play. Little power action, hand it to your running back, follow the big fella in the A-gap.
Here's some tempo on 3rd and 5. Third down has been very successful on both sides. McIver flushed, throw on the run, caught by Hutchison. He's got the first, and he invites the contact, bumping Say as he's aided out of bounds. Gets all the way to the 44.
And this is what Coach Russo was talking about with this McIver and this Western Kentucky offense. Their offensive playbook is pretty much still open. Just a nice little sprint out, finding his running back in the flats. But a nice tackle by KT.
Wonder when some balance and run may come. They don't call their offense an air raid. They call it a pro raid. And here's the run. George Hart the third. And he's got a first down scamper. Flag down. Calabodi had the tumbling hit, but that flag is all the way back near line of scrimmage.
Formation. More than 4 players in the backfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That's the second time that's been called.
I was just about to say, that's kind of been their drive stoppers, killers, if you don't mind, is penalties. They're killing themselves, shooting themselves in the foot. And as he talked about, they did not want these self-inflicted wounds, and they come up twice, back-to-back drives.
Yeah, for most of the last decade, the Hilltoppers have been one of the least penalized teams in Conference USA. This year, it's Delaware. That was pointed out by Tyson Helton, whose own club is in a rough spot. They're 118th in the FBS, getting flagged for almost 75 yards a game. Off the inside run, there is nothing there. Gavin Mole, the backer, right at the point of attack. He's right around midfield.
I'll tell you what, guys, when you come into an environment like this and you're on a short week and you've been on the road, you got to be on your P's and Q's. We can't have pre-snap penalties, no formational issues. They ain't going to give you any breaks here at Delaware. Don't give them any. We got to see them clean this thing up a little bit.
Late stage first half. We expected points aplenty. It's 10-3. Split backfield. And the motion out from Flowers, the true wideout. On second down, McIver to his left. A long shot. And knocked away. There was Calabodi again to pop Flowers tight to the sideline. It'll be 3rd down and 15.
McIver and his Western Kentucky offense, they have been trying their shots down the field. And this Delaware defense has been doing a great job of making sure that they keep the big plays off the defense right now. So they may need to try another attack to get this defense loosened up.
3rd and 15. Only a 3-man rush. McIver steps up, pump, throws, it's caught. Brought in by Flowers. Was he beyond the line of scrimmage when he released that ball? And Flowers able to bring it in all the way down to the 26. There is no flag. Hassan Manning was there on the stop.
I give McIver credit and Minicucci as well. Both these quarterbacks are offensive line's best friends. They step up into the eye of the storm, up into the face of pressure, and they can make the throws
Keeping their
they
eyes
need to make.
downfield. Oh, yeah.
They picked up 23 yards there.
Got a challenge, I believe.
On the previous play was that the quarterback was not beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw the pass. That play is under further review.
I mean, he looked real close, if not beyond it. I thought naked eye.
But I believe that this play is going to stand. I believe his body, his arm is behind the line of scrimmage. Let's see here. That's pump fake there.
Oh, wow.
That's about as close as it gets.
Wow.
It's going to stand, I believe. What you say, Kyle?
I say, let it ride. Great play. Great play, Maverick.
Yeah, great play, man.
I'm an offensive lineman, though, buddy. I love the
I'm a
first
defensive
down.
guy, so.
3rd and long, big-time throw. I mean, that's what gives you a chance. And the thing I appreciate about these coordinators, both of them, Bowie, Helton, obviously the head coach for Western Kentucky, and Coach Carty on this Delaware sideline, they have been doing a lot of favors for their offensive line, splitting the field in half, getting their quarterbacks to move outside the hashes. I'll tell you what, it makes the job of an offensive lineman a lot easier when you're moving laterally instead of trying to go backwards in your pass set and stop a great rusher. I love the game plan from both of these coordinators and coaches.
Yeah, I mean, both coordinators are keeping both defenses on their heel. Like you said, you got reverse plays, you got eyes in one area. Oh, it's a closer look here.
The ball is still in his hands. I mean, that is just about as close as it can come.
No doubt about it. I think it's going to stand. It's going to stand just because it's that close. It's not enough video evidence.
These Delaware fans are saying, no good, no good, no good. I don't know if you can hear the song we're being serenaded with, but it makes sense.
One more time. Might come back now.
I mean, that virtual line, I think, might even be a little generous when you look at the actual marker of where the snap point was.
Yeah. It's going to be close, but I believe it's not going to be enough evidence, and that's why this call is going to stand.
I mean, this is a real long look by the replay room. We'll get the ruling now. Completion
After
or no?
review, there is no conclusive evidence that the
There you
quarterback
go.
was
You
beyond
called
the line
it.
of scrimmage. Therefore, the play is upheld. 1st down.
You were spot on right in the moment.
I got my
Let's
first
go,
booth
Patrick.
instant replay review right. So 1-0 in the booth for Pat B.
Now, so the 23-yard completion stands.
Yeah.
This is one of the best, deepest drives that Western Kentucky has had.
But they're going to have to finish it.
Touchdown,
They're gonna
no
have to
field
finish it.
goals.
Tyson Helton told us this week, field goals ain't going to get it done. It's touchdowns, man. Off the toss and reverse, Hutchison hops through and gets a few. He earns about 5. That was Nate Evans able to help take him down to the 21.
Got to give credit to both tight ends on both teams. Noah Myers here is going to go at the snap and go kick out that left defensive end, right defensive end. Love to see them get involved in the run.
Quick hitter, low grab by Hutchison, and he gets smashed out of bounds after picking up the first. And it looks like he got to the 15. KT say Nate Evans were there, gain of 6. It'll be a fresh set of downs.
I tell you, Hutchison seems to be one of Mavericks' Maverick go-to receivers right now. In the slot, working the inside of this offense right now. Got a couple jet sweeps, getting the ball quick in his hands, see what he can do in space.
Lavelle Wright is back in. They play fake to him. A fire to Henry. Ankle grab latched on. That was Keyshawn Cox Jr. And he ripped him down at the 9, gain of 6.
Going back to KD Hutchinson, it's a prime example of the type of athlete they want on their roster. Okay, this is a guy who can do everything. You look back at what he's done historically. He was a Conference USA all-freshman wide receiver and punt returner. Guy's just a football player. That's what they like at Western Kentucky. They like good football players.
He ripped off last time he was out. FIU had a 69-yarder for a touchdown as well.
He's got juice.
2nd and 4. Wright gets a touch. Off the purposeful pause, he gets low and submarines to the 5. That'll be good for a first down. Jason Scott the stop. So now 1st and goal at the 5 for a Hilltopper offense who has been emphasizing all week. Finish with 6.
Condensed space down here in the low red, one of the toughest areas, the toughest area to make hay. You got to score a touchdown if you're Western Kentucky. Cannot kick a field goal. They will be disappointed if they hit that sideline after a field goal.
2-minute timeout arrives. The Hilltoppers on the doorstep. 1st and goal at the 5. Back in Newark, Delaware, 10-3. The Blue Hens lead the Hilltoppers. Western Kentucky is on the doorstep. Tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern, set sail with CBS Sports Network. Get ready to witness thrills and spills, the most intense race on the water, the Spain Sail Grand Prix. Now, we were expecting a race for points. We thought a game in the 40s, maybe the 50s. These are the 2 best offenses in Conference USA. It is a 10-3 game with 2 minutes to go until halftime.
I know I talked about what defense is going to make the play. And right now, both defenses are playing outstanding. But here's a key moment in this game. Hilltoppers at the 5-yard line, and they get the ball out of halftime. Let's see if Delaware defense is going to stop right now when they need it.
A rare move under center, McIver. And the give to Hutchison. The receiver into the end zone, touchdown. You call jet sweep, and they run it in short field, and they have a chance to tie it up with an extra point.
And John, you mentioned them being under center. What does that do for a defense? If you're under center, the linebackers, the defensive line, they got to play downhill. You hit them with a jet sweep like this. It's unbelievable how much you can outflank the defense. And right here, great job by our guy, KD Hutchinson, scoring the touchdown.
I tell you what, it's never good when you got an offensive lineman pulling out in the secondary as a cornerback is out there. That's never a good look. So,
nightmare scenario.
No doubt about it, man.
Well, you guys can make us look real unathletic out there, Patrick.
Yeah, we can, but in that space and aerial, it's kind of tough.
As Clubber Lang once said, prediction of pain. Brought here in a big way. We got a tie game. Tied at 10 in Delaware, Western Kentucky and the Blue Hens. Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. Kiana Martin, Kevin Carter, Cardell Jones break down this ball game and get you caught up on all the other games around the land. And head your way on the Verizon halftime report. A big 3rd and long 23-yard pass to the redshirt freshman Cameron Flowers helped keep the drive alive. And then KD Hutchinson paid it off with the jet sweep 5-yard run. The only snap I think we've seen from Western Kentucky under center in the game. It paid off in a big way. But you think, you're echoing back to the words of Ryan Carty, that there is something in the mindset of the head coaches about time here.
Yeah, it's not necessarily time of possessions, it's number of possessions. There needs to be one more possession and a touchdown for Delaware. Look, Western Kentucky, if they get the ball back after this drive, they have the opportunity to go 2 for 1. Can't have that happen. Carty knows the drill. Run the rock, throw it, keep possession of it here.
Myson Pollard makes a few men miss. Pollard trying to leak through.
Whoa.
An outstanding field position from his 2 to the 39. What a return by Pollard.
He was grittying for about 15 yards there. That's unbelievable athleticism right there. Watch this. Look at the footwork. You got to weave down this hallway. Left, right, boom. There's another guy. That's how you do it, Patrick.
The thing I love about that return is it was strong. It wasn't no dancing. Just getting straight downhill, getting as many yards as you can.
Delaware has been highly successful in its home field. One of the longer active win streaks at home. Blitz on. Minicucci can feel it. He floats it. Tight coverage. Tumbling grab. That is brought in for a catch all the way to the Western Kentucky 43. Jakari Kelly ripped it away from Dylan Flowers.
That was just great focus right there by Jakari Kelly. Minicucci trusting him, throwing it low.
Now going with tempo. Minicucci off the quick snap. A long heave right sideline. And a flag out. Aggressive defense by Nazir Ward on Nick LeBoy.
Yeah, pass interference.
Pass interference. Number 6, defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
I thought it was going to be illegal touching because I saw the ref throw his hat. You know, you can't be the first guy back in bounds to touch the ball if you do step out of bounds, but they got Ward for the pass interference.
So now they've got the ball at the Western Kentucky 28. Look at this formation. A little swinging gate here. Normally see this on point after. This is video game football. Minicucci to Duplessis, and it's incomplete. Got a little cute there, and good clean coverage by Dylan Flowers staying with his man.
You know, I don't know what the heck we're going to call this. We call this a lot of guys over there. That's what we call that. And one guy at the bottom, that's Duplessis. They'd like to get a little hitch and make a play there.
They're basically playing one-on-one right now.
Get it done.
With all 11 on the football field.
Yeah, a little A11 there. Now from a stack right, tight end Sessoms is an up man. Minicucci looking left.
There's some pressure.
He lobs left. Duplessis. Got it. Oh, a giant grab. It'll be first and goal. Coverage from Flowers.
You know what? This is why they come to this guy time and time again. Great job with a concentration catch. You can see him having a triple extend. Make sure he gets his foot in. Great job. And a big shout out to that Delaware O-line. Our guy Minicucci's pretty clean back there.
Yes, he has been. He's been pretty clean all day. And when he haven't been clean in the pocket, he's been taking off and getting first downs. But what a dime just now.
Kyrie Duplessis wants to be a cetologist. He wants to be a marine biologist studying whales. He just went full Costanza for a great grab. Now Minicucci, inside handoff. He sold that to Silver, and he stopped at the 1 yard line. What a rip down by Jalen Webster, who just latched onto his foot.
Talked about time. It's a minute left right now in this half. What are they going to do? They're gonna...
So it's second and goal here. I think this is one of those spots where Cardi can kind of breathe for a second, let that clock tick down a little bit. They're not concerned with being able to get in there. I mean, they're right on the doorstep. You just don't want to leave Maverick MacGyver too much time because we've seen how explosive that offense can be.
Out of the pistol, massive formation change. They go empty. Remember, Minicucci can be a runner. That's how he walked off UConn in overtime. From under center, it's a keeper launching over top. And he is down at the half-yard line. They stopped him leaping over center.
That was very risky. If we get the replay, Minicucci fumbled this snap.
Ruling on the field is a ball carrier was short of the goal line.
Now Minicucci is hand signaling touchdown. He is pointing to the replay on the big board. And Ryan Cardi nodding knowingly to his quarterback, who continues to put both hands up. He believes he broke the plate.
Fantastic push there. You can see Fitton Bros there, the left guard.
30-second timeout.
Big-time leader in that offensive line. This is where you lean on some of your better players, one of your better units. You got to be able to get in here. I know Cardi's got faith in his guys and Minicucci as well. If they don't get in here, you got to think they might go to the well again.
So how about this? It's 2nd and goal. So assuming that they're coming out to run this snap, or 3rd and goal rather, do you have 2 play calls in? You have the timeouts if you want to use them, but tempo could catch Western Kentucky off guard. Do you have a play and a second play to try to drive it in and get the TD?
Well, whether it's a run-to-run check or it's a run-to-pass, pass-to-run check, all these guys, great coordinators, they do have answers. So whatever Western Kentucky lines up in, if they don't like to look, they can check, polar, get to something else here.
Or what they can do is, they call it Kodak. It's going to come out in their formation and still, because they still have 3 timeouts, they can burn one of the timeouts to force them to show them something else.
Kodak, we get a snapshot picture of what the defense is going to show us. And then we can come talk about it over here.
Exactly.
So out of Delaware's called timeout, Minicucci lines up in the gun. Silver sidecar right. Thaw on the slot left. He motions. Silver jump cut into the belly of the beast, and Western Kentucky holds a half-yard loss. That was Rylan Suavilo at 320, who bear hugged him and drove him back a half yard.
On the field as the ball carrier was short of the goal line. 4th down.
It is 4th and goal.
What do?
Tell you what, I'm going to put the ball in Minicucci's hands right here, because now we've seen everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run the football. You can't run it. That's unfortunate, but I'd say now we got to go with our hot hand. Minicucci, find a way. Find a way.
You take the points.
If you get another down, Patrick.
Timeout. Delaware, please reset the game clock to 3 seconds. 3 seconds on the game clock, please.
So to go from 1 second to 3, and Delaware's got
It'll be
one
a
timeout.
30-second timeout.
If Delaware got the ball at halftime, I'd say go for the touchdown, because we know points are going to matter. Field goals ain't going to win this game. But, you know, with Western Kentucky getting the football at the half, you got to get your points. You're right, Patrick. You're right, buddy.
Yeah, you got to get the points here. Just because you're right here, I know you had 3 opportunities. You ran the ball 3 times. You didn't get it. I don't think running the football here is going to get it either. So if you are going to go for it, you might want to put Minicucci on a run, roll out, and they keep an offense.
They're going for it. Here comes Minicucci.
You got to cut the field in half here.
Yeah, you have to.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yep. Run the read option. Run pass option. Sorry.
The bigger back is in. Ellison is to the left of Minicucci, along with a tight end escort in Sessions.
Timeout. Western Kentucky, they're first of the half.
So the Hilltoppers want to try to match.
Yeah, they did a Kodak just now.
30-second timeout.
What did that formation tell you? What did you see there?
That formation told me sprint out. No doubt about it. So what the Hilltoppers defense did was they got a picture of the formation, burnt the timeout, and now what the Blue Hens are probably going to do is show them a different formation, but maybe still get to that same play.
You saw the nugget there. Delaware 7 of 10 on 4th down. That is tops in Conference USA. Western Kentucky is one of the best defenses in the country on 4th down. Just outside of the top 10, 27% against. Opponents are 3 for 11 on the year entering tonight.
It's a big play right here.
3 seconds, 4th and goal in a tie game. Minicucci with Ellison to his left. He follows, he leaps, touchdown!
Gave it to Minicucci.
Kyle, you said Minicucci keep. And Laundry is out late after the piercing score. Well, Minicucci's 2nd touchdown run of the game.
And they went right behind Fenton Bros, their best offensive lineman.
Now, Bros, who has played all 5 spots on the offensive line.
It's unbelievable.
In his 6th year with this program. That doesn't happen much anymore.
Hell no, man. I went and watched this guy practice. I said, you could play any position.
Touchdown. After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 62, offense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the opening kickoff of the 2nd half. We will do the try.
So it goes on the right guard.
That's number 62's first unsportsmanlike towards disqualification.
Anthony Kuchese, and remember, 2 unsportsmanlikes and you would be ejected from the game. The Hilltoppers are going to get the ball to begin the 2nd half.
Yeah, so that can be very, very huge for this Hilltopper offense, but just because they're getting the ball back. And can basically put themselves in really, really good position coming out of halftime.
So now Nate Reed for the point after, trying to make it a clean 7. Spot kick. He got it. Halftime hits. And the Blue Hens on 4th and goal from the 1 get the score for the touchdown difference at the break. We have reached halftime. After this break, Kiana Martin and the crew in studio will be with you. We got a wild one in Newark. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, proudly presented by Geico. Back in Delaware, 17-10. The Blue Hens lead the Hilltoppers. Western Kentucky will get the ball to begin the second half. Take a look at our game trends presented by Subway. As generous as they are explosive, these Blue Hens.
I mean, they're spreading the ball all around. They did the same thing that they did last week, or the last time they was out on the football field. Minakuchi completing 9 passes to 9 different receivers. That's pretty incredible.
Third down also excellent. Both sides. Minakuchi getting it done on the ground for these Blue Hens. We welcome you back into the booth. John Sadak, Patrick Peterson, Kyle Long. What are you guys taking away from the first and looking forward to in the second?
Well, great quarterback play on both sides of the ball. Got to finish some of these catches.
Yeah.
And also for those guys in the secondary, you have an opportunity on a national stage to make a massive turnover, swing this game, quiet down this crowd a little bit. If you're Western Kentucky, you got to take advantage.
Yeah, you have to take advantage right now of the opportunity that they have right now. Getting the ball out of halftime. Let's see if they can make the most of it. Because remember, it was a 15-yard penalty on Delaware coming out going into halftime. Now let's see if they can make the most of it.
That's going to aid the kickoff as the Hilltoppers will get the ball to begin the second stanza. The boot from the 16. Some space. Rumbling. Cameron Flowers helped out of bounds in Delaware territory. That's a way to spark the second half.
Yeah, man, when I talked about that 15-yard penalty going into halftime, could pay dividends coming out of this kickoff, and that it did. Let's see if this Hilltopper offense can get the ball in the end zone now to tie the game up.
Well, Maverick McIver, is it just me? Some of his throws, he really steps into it. He almost looks like a shot putter launching that thing downfield.
Everything's bigger in Texas, including arms for quarterbacks there, John.
Highly decorated, went to Texas Tech out of high school, out of an empty set. He finds his back at Parrish, who gets surrounded by Blue Hens. That'll be no gain, maybe half a yard down. James Yelbert was there, part of the pair.
When you got a quarterback like Maverick McIver, you're never out of it. You're never too high. You're never too low. You got that leader back there. You always have a chance. And I love the way that this offense has, as they said, given him the key to the Ferrari.
His OC says he's a 25-year-old grown pro. Injuries derailed his senior year of high school, his early college days. The inside run, trying to bounce it out. Parrish gets a little push. Earns a few nearly to the 40. Some extracurriculars thereafter. That'll set up a third down, which benefited both offenses largely in the first half.
Yeah, that was one of those things that both defensive coordinators talked about. Third down, how important it was going to be for them to get off the field, and also play the chess match between the quarterbacks because how good they are in this situation. 5
of 6 so far in the game, but this is 3rd and 8. Lavelle Wright is in. He's had minimal touches so far. 3 down linemen for the Blue Hens. Motion from Hutchison. It's Wright trying to bounce it out left. And a flag is out. He is down a little short by about half a yard. But do you think you see a hold there, Patrick?
I believe so. I can't tell who was I think it was Flowers. But we'll see.
As Wright tried to bounce it out, it would be 4th down at about a half yard, but it looks like this is coming back.
Holding, number 15, offense, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Tight end Justin Wolf.
Yeah, Justin Wolf right now entering the screen. Hands a little outside. They're going to see that every single time. Defender trying to disengage from him. But hands hands on the inside. A little bit too long.
So that means 3rd and 17. What do you call here?
It's another drive stopper, man. Another drive killer. This has been happening to this Western Kentucky offense pretty much the entire game. Shoot themselves in the foot.
2 high safeties for Delaware are still inside of the first down marker. Bunch trips. McIver on the roll. Has a man deep. He fires. Dangerous tip ball. Incomplete. Hassan Manning able to soar in the air. Cameron Flowers juggling. Hutchison was in the area too. It looked like Flowers, though, was open near the first down marker.
Yeah, just very dangerous right here. A very dangerous throw, and also a play call just because it's 3rd and 15, and you're giving a quarterback a half of the field to work with. McIver is one of these guys that can process the field very well, and give him half of the field. Not a good play call.
Cole Maynard punt. Duplessis, a punt return touchdown, his only other punt return. He takes the fair catch here, just north of his own 5.
I'm out on the field.
And so we'll step aside. The Hilltoppers sputter. Penalty derails the drive. Blue Hens will have their first touch of the second. Blue Hens by a touchdown, about to get the ball. It is time now for Moments of Joy, brought to you by IHOP. This is Pancake Bliss.
Right here, right before halftime, McIver just putting it on his back. Remember, he leads the team in rushing touchdown. As you see, he got 2 of them today.
Everybody in the stadium knows you're running the football. That's where great teams are made right there. Minicucci finishing the right way. And now they're in the shadow of their own goalpost. No place to be here.
Oh, we'll see if the Delaware run game can pop. Silver does just that. He carries DeMarco Williams with him. That's a burst of 9 to the 14-yard line. They are playing on Raymond Field here, named for Tubby Raymond, one of the national caretakers of the wing tee that he inherited from the coach before him, Dave Nelson, who inherited the program from Bill Murray. Those men covered 6 decades of football. All 3 are in the College Football Hall of Fame. The man who succeeded Raymond, Casey Keeler, likely bound for there as well. That pass dropped. Coverage was not that tight on Sean Wilson from Javen Mack. He just couldn't bring it in, needing only a yard.
I would have loved to have played in the wing tee under Tubby Raymond. No pass blocking. We're just moving forward. That seems like a fun offense to play in, John.
Yeah, by his last days, they had 2 quarterbacks. They ran some wing tee, but also ran some pro stuff. Matt Nagy back then used to split quarterback duties with Sam Postlethwaite. And Nagy, a teammate back then with Brett Veach, went on to become the GM of the Chiefs.
Yeah, we know him too, huh?
Inside run, needing a yard, and that zigzag will get it to about the 16-yard line. So a fresh set of downs. Jalen Wester with the stop. Now, this is the most deliberate start to a possession that we have seen so far, and it feels like that first down is almost an exhale.
Remember what we talked about, the possessions and the time of possession. This is one of those possessions coming out of, out of halftime, and he's trying to bleed some of this time off the clock and try to take some of the air out of Western Kentucky.
Toss play. Silver and Western Kentucky gets low. Now, this is a look at what the Blue Hen offense has done so far today. Scores on 3 of the 4 possessions. The quick punt after less than a minute. That second time they had the ball, but 15 plays, 14 plays on a couple of those scoring drives.
You know, I think this offense is really going to continue to try to lean on the defense. This is one of those games where the tree might not fall on the first swing of the axe. Keep swinging that sucker. You'll be saying timber soon enough.
Minicucci, backside pressure picked up by Silver, and that one knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Venson Sneed, 6'4", 262. Active hands, 3rd and 11.
That's what you always want to see from your defensive lineman, man, especially if you're a safety or a cornerback. If you're right there in his face, just stick your hand up. And that's what he did right now to deflect that pass and force this down to a 3rd down, 3rd and 12. Hopefully get his defense off the field.
He was getting double teamed there. Delaware 7 of 10 on third down. Minicucci twisting pressure. He's harassed. Back-footed throw, and he throws it away. That was great rush from Western Kentucky.
Yeah, this is what they needed. That's what they needed. They needed a defensive stop. You know, the offense tried to drive the ball down the field, end up getting stuttered with the punt, but they get right back off the field.
And now look at K.D. Hutchinson, who already has a touchdown on the ground. He is just south of midfield to receive this punt. Trying to block this one, right?
Yeah, try to block this one for sure. You have an opportunity. The operation of the time is going to be a little bit shorter than normal. But Hutchinson does have the hot hand right now, though.
Brendan Locke gets it away. Good hang time. Hutchinson fair catch wave, and he brings it in at his own 43. So fine field position again for the Hilltoppers, trying to match the Blue Hens on the road. We'll step aside. MacGyver moment when we're back. 17-10, Delaware the lead. Western Kentucky has the ball. We have our eyes on the eyes of the defenders. Patrick, what are you seeing?
Oh, we're talking about eyes and what makes an elite DB. Vision. You have to have good vision. If that's press technique or off technique, agility. Got to be able to move in short areas. Ball skills. Have to be able to find the ball. A lot of DBs can make a play on the ball, but they can't bring it in. The mindset, very simple. You got to have thick skin to play defensive back, baby.
That is Nate Evans. Doesn't have a lot of pass breakups. Ask his head coach, and he'll say teams don't throw at him.
Coming at him.
And it's a keeper. Empty. MacGyver up the gut. No one saw it coming, and he gallops for a big first down. A gash to the Delaware 34. KT Say finally had the stick.
And you can just feel the air leak out of that defense. I've been part of these big scrambles. I'll tell you what, it breaks the back of all the defenders.
Now the toss to Hart. On the move, he can scoot and rumbles into the clutches of Jack Hall, the veteran defensive lineman.
And here we go. That thing parts like the Red Sea. MacGyver able to go down an explosive run. You love that. You want to see MacGyver sling the ball all around, but a guy with the smarts to be able to tuck it, get the first down, love to see that.
Both of these quarterbacks showing off their wheels right now.
Play fake on 2nd and 8. Floated flat. Hutchinson up the sideline out of the first hit, and he'll be just shy. And it looks like they'll spot him right around the 26-yard line. Jason Scott, the contact there. It'll be 3rd down and a couple.
Yeah, Hutchinson right now is pretty much the hot hand. 7 targets, 7 catches for 41 yards.
Jackson West has subbed in. A tight end who's more of a beef blocker does not have a catch. Lavelle Wright is in. Haven't seen direct snap in a bit. They're going to go inverted bone here. Bit of a full house.
Up every time. Oh,
here we go.
Under center. They ran a jet sweep last time. Could they play action? It's a keep. MacGyver needing 2. He got it. First down. Quarterback run powering the drive.
Big shout out to my podcast co-host Mike Renner, JP Acosta. They say every offense has a punch and a counter punch. What we just saw was a similar look to what we saw down there in the low red area, and they went QB sneak. The eyes of the 2nd level, 3rd level defenders, they go all over the place. And where does Maverick MacGyver go? A gap.
Man, did you see that get off by Quentin Jenkins though? Whew. He put that guy in the linebacker's lap just now to help MacGyver get that first down.
Marvin Parrish back in. He catches a lot of passes, tied for the most among running backs in the FBS. Play fake. Harassed and sacked. Swung down for a loss. Delaware dives into the backfield, and Gavin Mole drops him.
Mr. Gavin Mole, I told you before the game, wherever the ball is, he will be there. Coming off a late blitz, a delayed blitz here. Looping around the defensive tackle to come in late. MacGyver didn't see him. Get him down for the sack. Nice play for this Delaware defense.
Yeah, able to turn the edge there on Karsten Upchurch, the right tackle. Really athletic play by Mole.
2nd and 11. MacGyver harassed again and off target to George Hart III. That's more pressure in the backfield. So Delaware able to get inside, and Trey Scott III, defensive tackle, pierce the pocket.
You can see MacGyver looks left. There's nothing there. He double clutches. Thinks maybe you can get that swing pass for a couple yards. Now we're here. 3rd and 11. Got to find a way to get this thing going here. We know Delaware's rolling a little bit. Yeah, you stopped them last time, but they can score at will.
Everybody coming out of man-to-man defense here too, so Want to play tight coverage.
Hutchinson motion. Play fake. Blitz is on. MacIver feels it. He takes a shot off target. Looking in the area of Cameron Flowers, but he was flustered by that rush.
Yeah, it was flustered. You could tell that this was man-to-man defense. Saw Nate Evans running across the formation. That was clear indication that there was in a man-to-man defense. Now they're settling for a field goal here.
The field goal unit out.
John Cannon.
Will be a 43-yard try from one of the best names among kickers going. He's hit from 41.
Great name and that head of hair. That's unfair.
Hidden by the helmet here. The kick is on the way. Doink, upright and good. Able to angle in, and the Hilltoppers get a heart attack 3. We'll step aside. Hilltoppers sputtered as they got close to the red. That one almost doinked away.
The successful doink.
Right post, baby. We got a fun one going on a Friday night. 17-13, the Delaware lead. The quarterback play significant on both sides.
That's going to be what it comes down to, John. Quarterback play here at the end, the ability to make the most of these drives. We've seen both these teams sputter out the last 2 times out. We might see fatigue start to set in. Western Kentucky went on the road the last 2 games. Short week here. It was talked about all week in their building. Don't think about that, guys. Delaware, conversely, coming off a bye week. The way they practice is unbelievable. Yesterday's practice, their walkthrough in air quotes, fast, fast, fast. They love to finish fast.
Jakari Kelly will take a knee. More college football on CBS Sports Network tomorrow. Begins at noon Eastern. Kick off the day with some action. Ohio and Ball State battle. Then catch a double dose of Mountain West mayhem. Wyoming hosts undefeated UNLV at 7, followed by Nevada taking on Fresno State at 10:30. Year 1 for Dan Mullen at UNLV, an efficient offense and opportunistic defense. They allow a lot of yards. They're great on 3rd down. They have 10 takeaways, 8 picks, second only to Louisiana Tech of Conference USA.
That makes it easy.
The delayed handoff to Byron Ellison Jr. He runs for 3. Kyle, you're talking about the practice pattern of Delaware. It's something scientifically measured with a connection to another huge name from the sport.
Yeah, and a guy that was here in the Northeast, Chip Kelly, who I played for in Oregon. We always did the fastest practice of the week the day before the game. It gets your nervous system ready to roll. And you'll see this Delaware team, they're just as fast at the end of the season and the end of the game as they are at the beginning.
Minakuchi. Longer shot, contact down the field. The crowd going crazy, thinking flag. Patrick Peterson, you were an elite DB in the league for a long time. You thought Ali was a little handsy with Nick LeBoy.
Yeah, Ali just got away with one. I thought it was a little bit handsy and grabby at the top of the route. Hey, but the refs didn't see it. Moving on to the next play now, baby.
Now, Ryan Carty is, of sorts, a Chip Kelly disciple. He was his last hire just before he left New Hampshire, a longtime conference compatriot with Delaware. That's where Chip Kelly's name first went on the map nationally when Ricky Santos was his star QB. Low snap, Minakuchi on 3rd down. That's knocked down. It's taken away. Picked off at the point of attack. All the way back. That's a big man touchdown. Coron Hayward rumbles back. And Western Kentucky takes the lead in the 3rd.
Wow, what a mistake by Minakuchi. This is a guy who don't make many of them, and he made one right here to Kyrod Hayward. He just reads the eyes, puts his hands up. Great athletic play by Kyrod to put his team back up top, 19-17.
25-yard pick 6.
That's why you get on the jugs machine after practice.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you're on national television getting ready to have a pick 6, a thick 6. We love those.
They said DNs can't catch.
Now John Cannon for the point after to make it a field goal affair. It's in the air, and it is good. On the road, the Hilltoppers with a stunning takeaway. Coron Hayward picks it off and rumbles back 25 yards for a killer go-ahead score. The first offensive TD for Western Kentucky on the campaign. They have won 14 of 17 road games in conference play, trying to snap Delaware's 10-game home win streak, one of the longest in the land. It has been up and down for Nick Minicucci. That was called a key by Tyson Helton, Western Kentucky head man. He said he has taken his shots. He steps up, he makes his throws. But he talked about how key it would be to turn him over. He thought there was a window for that.
Yeah, and that was a huge, huge play for this Hilltopper defense.
Taking a chance on the run, and hard harm right around the 20, a little short thereof. What have we seen from Nick Minicucci tonight?
See a guy willing to take chances. And you know what? I play for quarterbacks that don't want to take chances. I'd much rather a guy like Nick Minicucci, and I can tell you Coach Carty's going to let him go shoot the ball a couple times here. You got to have a quick memory, short memory, and we're going to find out right now if Minicucci can get over that last interception.
He's got Joe Silver with him. On the roll, Silver picks up contact in the backfield. Thaw gets his first touch in a bit and is able to get to the 27, gain of 7. Miller Malone the stop.
And that's the thing about Minicucci. He doesn't throw many interceptions, don't make many bad decisions. So it was very uncharacteristic to see him throw that interception just now. But you see the trust that Coach Carty have in him. He's sent it right back out there to rip it out there again for a nice little sprint out, a 7-yard gain.
Only his 3rd pick of the year. Play fake to Silver. He sold it. Oh, wow. Minicucci, second level. He gets suplexed down by Jalen Lewis after he earns the Western Kentucky 44.
He was Miniscooting, baby. He was out front. I love that Minicucci, baby. All week they said he throws. 2 rushing touchdowns, couple explosives. That's what lights up that offensive line. You're not as out of breath anymore. Let's go. Let's get on the ball and do it again.
29 yards. Now everything is tight to the boundary. Motion from Wilson. Minicucci locked and loaded. Heave over the middle. Caught! First down, red zone. They're inside of the 15. You can't see me. A full Cena.
You can't see me, exactly what Minicucci just said just now, as he is feeling it right now. Looking downfield, scanning the field. It's a reason why he's #1 in the conference in passing.
Donovan Lewis with the big grab. Minicucci feeling it. Lob left side. Knocked down, flag down. What a one-on-one war. That was Nazir Ward going up on that jump ball, trying to battle again. Donovan Lewis, the junior, getting some time.
Yeah, Ward has he definitely started the game off hot.
Pass interference. Number 6, defense. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Couple of PBUs early on in this game, but just on this one, just a little bit too handsy. Wrapped the receivers around the shoulders. Easy call for the officials that have his eyes right there on those 2 guys.
They gone to that fade ball a couple times on the left side of the end zone. We were here at practice. He must have thrown that fade ball 200 times I was watching. So he likes to go over there.
Our Verizon red zone tonight. Touchdown rate nationally at about 65%. The Blue Hens a little over 70. Fake to Silver, keeper again, and this time sniffed out. Multiple Hilltoppers maul him right at the point of attack. Elin Jones led the drive. He gets to the 4. A field goal game right after Western Kentucky on a pick 6 claimed the lead. Minicucci looking to respond. Now, the man that he took over for, Zach Marker, broke Joe Flacco's program record for consecutive pass attempts without a pick. It's still active, but Marker recently had surgery after a horrendous knee injury on the 2nd possession of Delaware's season. Silver has gone out wide. Ellison in the backfield. Now split backfield. It's the fake to Silver. Minicucci keep. And he is down ball. Western Kentucky.
Oh, my goodness.
Pile peeled. Minicucci lost the football. Hilltoppers say they have it. Delaware says it has it. And we're going to have a touchback. It's Hilltopper ball. They ripped it away before he broke the plane.
Anytime you see the defense run out of the end zone and towards the 50-yard line, you know it's the defense's ball. Harper Holloman came flying out of the end zone after that play.
On the field is a fumble recovered by the defense in the end zone, resulting in a touchback. First down, Western Kentucky, timeout on the field.
What a play, and Elin Jones, number 50, left side. He comes in as that ball's knocked free on the contact by Dylan Flowers, and then falls on the prone ball. What a wild back and forth. This is Friday night Conference USA football. Another Delaware turnover given away by Nick Mitakuchi. Patrick, what'd you see?
Man, we got Flowers coming right here out the middle of the field, and he just sees we got a Peanut Tillman ex-teammate in here, but we got a headbutt.
That's the
just
Peanut headbutt.
It wasn't even a Peanut Tillman punch. It was just a headbutt to jar that ball loose. And a turnover that was much needed for this Western Kentucky defense, man. We talked about it earlier on. Which defense was going to make the plays to help this team win this ball game? And as of right now, it's Western Kentucky.
So Hilltoppers with the lead and the ball. Lavelle Wright gets low and is able to slingshot himself forward to the 25. James Yelbert Jr. the contact, gain of 5. And now it feels like momentum is swung so dramatically.
And John, what did we hear from Tyson Helton? We run to win.
Yep.
Maybe we start seeing a heavier dose of Lavelle here. Love that phrase, run to win.
McIver off the pump. Dangerous lob in tough space. A leaping grab by Noah Myers, who was left prone, and he's going to lose yardage. That seemed like a silly decision to make that throw.
I'm not crazy about that play call. Okay, you get 5 yards on first down. Let's press the button again. Go get it. Even if we get 2 or 3, puts us in third and short, third and manageable. Now you're in 3rd and 8, buddy. This is tough spot. The whole defensive playbook's open. Got to protect.
Trips left. They only press on the outside man. McIver checking down, flag
Free
play. Deep shot, and it's what a catch by Matthew Henry, right over top of Hassan Manning. That was a perfect ball.
Free play. You see that yellow flag on the field right after the snap. You know you can take your shot. Aaron Rodgers used to do that all the time.
Yeah, he was a mastermind.
Gives me nightmares, Patrick.
Tell me about it. Cameron Flowers.
Offside, number 9, defense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Cameron Flowers right now climbing the ladder.
Wow.
Great play. Oh, I'm so sorry. Matt Henry.
Good defense there by
Matt Henry right now climbing the ladder down the sideline for the catch.
And now they show empty, but Lavelle Wright gets back in backfield by McIver. There is such flow and rhythm to the Western offense right now. Big rush from Delaware. McIver felt it. He slips it out to Wright. That's the right move, and furious arrival on Say. He just bulldozed him for an extra few. Some bully ball bash to nearly the 20.
Free runner there off the right side of the offensive line. You see Lavelle Wright run right by the defender. He has to adjust his path to the quarterback, and then Lavelle Wright's out there with nothing but green grass.
Gain of 22, quick hitter, dangerous throw to Hutchison, and he gets nothing. On each side, we have seen some gamble throws at times from these respective quarterbacks.
Yeah, a lot of gamble throws, especially in the second half. Just trying to get the ball out quick, but the defense, the guys in the back end are reading it very, very quickly and trying to make a play on it. So those tough, quick throws haven't really been there for either team thus far.
Well, McIver, 19 of 26, just south of 200 yards. Doesn't have a touchdown, doesn't have a pick. Hart and Wright split backfield. Handoff to Wright. Able to get a yard after first contact, earns the 21.
Building on the field as the ball carrier's forward progress was stopped. Second.
So the run denied.
Third down.
And it'll be third down here. Now Mitakuchi has a couple of untimely giveaways running through his mind. Western Kentucky trying to add on to a field goal lead. They're 7 of 10 on third down so far. Late sub. An extra wide out.
Nobody on the back end here.
Yeah, look like zero coverage right now. High pressure.
Does MacGyver take that shot? The inside slot man, Hutchison, will get a timeout, it looks like. Now we'll step aside. A big 3rd and 8 to come.
Western Kentucky
in a field goal
their
game.
First of the half. This will be extended into a full media timeout.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? By Verizon. And by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
The famed brick buildings on the Delaware campus, a school founded in the late 1700s. A giant 3rd down coming for the visiting Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. These offenses 1-2 in most categories at Conference USA, including 3rd down. On 3rd and 8, Maverick MacGyver, backside pressure, crossing look, Henry. He needs yards, he's got him. It's a 1st down, Western Kentucky.
Great job at the line of scrimmage, winning inside, getting across the formation. Everybody's in trail technique when you're that fast. MacGyver just waiting for him to bust out through the middle. Got a bunch of guys out front blocking for you. Love that.
Yeah, it was a great call. Called him in the man-to-man defense, and like you just said, MacGyver was just waiting for him to cross the other hash, give him the ball, get it to his go-to so he can gain some more yardage.
MacGyver got rocked. He had to be helped up by his teammates after he got blown up. A late sub for Western Kentucky. Are they allowing it? They were set to snap. Ryan Carty's going ballistic on the Delaware sidelines, wanting to match up with a sub himself.
Timeout. Western Kentucky, their 2nd of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
And that could wind up being a big timeout.
This is now the biggest spot we've been in the game right here. The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers have an opportunity to take the top off this thing. If they can get in with a touchdown, it'll be huge. You'll be looking at a 10-point game. That's 2 possessions. 2 possessions is an infinity when you're playing against an offense like this. They need to score 7.
Tyson Helton has so much influence on his offense, but he also leads heavily for most play calling on his first-year OC, Rick Bowie, who came as a pairing with MacGyver. They were together in the FCS ranks at Abilene Christian. Rick Bowie was a Division III player who lost his quarterback job, became a wideout. He taught 4th grade math at Gilman School in Baltimore so he could coach high school football. He did not become a GA until he was 28. His first full-time job was in Division II at 32, and now he's calling plays for one of the top offenses in the FBS Conference USA.
Here we go.
Direct snap, Wildcat right, trying to turn the corner. And he gets shouldered down at the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. He gets a few. KT Say and Merge Malumba were there.
They're going to feel that one in the morning. My guy is a load. Number 11's a big, big man. Lavelle, they call him the big horse in the press conference. You can see why. And the big horse needs to be fed in the low red area, okay? Give him the football. It's business decisions at the 2nd and 3rd level, Patrick.
There it is. Got an extra lineman in here.
George Hart III is subbed in at running back. Flowers by himself left. MacGyver checks it down to Hart, and he's in! Touchdown, Western Kentucky! The swing pass to the Arizona State transfer.
Yeah, this is look like a miscommunication on the back end. Hart just flares out of the backfield. No one over him.
So much to look at, Patrick.
I know,
for a
I see
defense.
that. A lot of eye
mean,
candy.
We got Matthew Henry making plays, KD Hutchinson making plays, and now you get this backfield with Hart and Lavelle Wright. You don't know what the heck to look at.
A lot of eye candy out there. A lot to be. Good kick.
Seems like a headache.
Yeah, a lot to focus on right now.
This is an offense that is so multiple. Let's revisit. It all started on the doorstep when Minicucci got popped by Flowers, and then the deep shot to Henry. And MacGyver just feeling it. They were jagged and inconsistent, showing bursts, but unable to sustain. And now, driven by takeaways from their defense, Western Kentucky is feeling its greatest true rhythm of the night.
I think right now, just the Western Kentucky defenses have given this team momentum, given this team life, because the Western Kentucky Hilltop has been driving the field all day, but they haven't been putting it in the end zone. But now, as you've been seeing, a couple drives, a couple takeaways, what it have did to this team as far as momentum and life.
And you can see your guy Maverick McIver on the bench, and his guys are asking him, "Man, you got hit hard." He's pointing to his hip. He's like, "I got hit, man. I fell right on my butt." He's laughing about it, but this game's tough, and if you're a quarterback, you got to stand in there and take shots.
Kelly thought about it, decides to stay in the end zone, a touchback. A dire drive coming for Delaware. We take a look at the AP Top 10 powered by Ram Trucks, and you fellas think this is as wide open a world as we have seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's any given Saturday, any given Friday. That's the thing that I love about this game of football. And while we have a lot of familiar faces in the top 10 there, anybody can get it, Patrick. Okay, we've seen it this year. There's a lot of parity.
In the world of NIL, it just evened the playing field.
Penn State, UCLA on CBS to come tomorrow. Minicucci needs it right now. He's flushed, underthrows his man. That is Byron Ellison Jr.
What a nice read by Jalen Lewis. That was his assignment. Just out in the flats. Just doing what he needed to do to make sure that he's in position. And Minicucci, I don't think he saw him.
A loss of a yard there, now 2nd and 11. Light motion from Sean Wilson. Minicucci, pressure up the gut. It holds, crossing look, go back and get it.
Wow.
That was behind his man a bit, but
Sessoms.
Elijah Sessoms makes the grab for a first down.
What a nice.
Now that's going to be the last play
of the third quarter.
The young man who's a photography intern in their athletic communications department. That is a Kodak moment, a picture grab. We are through 3. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. Start of the 4th, the fight in the Fightin' Blue Hens will be tested. Western Kentucky is one of the best in the country in fourth quarters, outscoring their foes 55-9, second best in all the FBS. Can they overcome that avalanche? Nick Minicucci has gotten them down the field, but has turned it over twice. Once a pick six. Silver. That's a solid burst to begin just beyond the 45.
You got to stop the bleeding here a little bit if you're Delaware. You got punched up under the chin, took the air out of this building a little bit, Patrick. You got to put a drive together here to say, hey, I ain't out of this fight. I'm on my feet before the 10 count. We're in this thing for 12 rounds.
Yeah, and they got a good quarterback under the gun to trust him.
2nd down and 3. Pressure on the far side. Jump back near, and there's no room. Machiavelli Malotumau with instant arrival in the wrap-up.
I saw that young man get off the bus. I said, I'm glad I ain't blocking him today. He's impressive looking.
Yes, indeed.
But what did co-DC Davis Merritt say about Malotumau? He said he's like a defensive end and a defensive tackle body.
Yes. He moved bodies with ease, he said.
Motion from Kelly. 3rd and 4. 5-man rush. Minicucci runs out of an arm try. On the edge. He completes it tight to the sideline. Oh, a Houdiniac from Minicucci. It's 1st and 10.
Holloman had him dead to rights. Minicucci, this is why you do core exercises. That's a lot of strength there from the abdomen area. Look at Minicucci getting out of there. Big time play, big time moment. Great catch. Having your foot in bounds. Having that concentration coming back to the quarterback, huge.
Kyrie Duplessis brought it in for 11. Soft coverage, so near side. Minicucci, lob, middle. Trying to turn it up into the contact and the drive for a first down. After the contact, Silver still pushes. Anthony Brackenridge part of the contact, and now it's Delaware moving the chains a few times.
And as you saw, Minicucci wanted to take a shot down the field, but everything was pretty much taken. He just took what the defense gave him to a little check down to Joe Silver and got a little easy 10 yards.
Fenton Bros, left guard, is their basher. And he pulls and creates for Silver, who weaves a path for another first down. This is the best run game that we have seen of the night.
On cue, our guy Fitton Bros comes across the formation. You can see him get in there, seal block. The running back cuts up inside. That's what you like to see, create a little alleyway. That's why you get to the gap stuff. They're running a little bit of everything, keeping that defensive line on their toes.
They're going to their best weapons. Silver in again. Duplessis already has a big catch on this drive. Patterson motion. Minicucci looking, jump throw back to Silver. Looked like maybe an option pass. He instead turns it up and gets cut down at around the 20. Picks up about 3.
Really smart play by my guy, Anthony Cachese. He gets out there by about the numbers, and he's got to do a little bit of what we call boxing out. Sometimes you call it a butt block. Watch Cachese get out there, and he puts his hands up. He said, I'm not going to be the one that's going to be called for a penalty here. We're moving this ball down the field pretty well.
I think we're already at Thanksgiving night. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Second down. Minicucci. Locked left side, steps into it, jump grab made inside of the 15. The probing hands of DeMarco Williams could not knock it free. That'll be another first down. Elijah Sessoms getting it done at tight end.
Yeah, Sessoms right now trying to invert himself into this game. He's been doing a great job at the point of attack of blocking, running clean routes. Coach Carty did talk about how this is the most improved group on the team, the tight ends.
They can get a first down without a touchdown. Delayed handoff. Silver sidesteps the first man. Second wave spills him at the 8. Oh, good amount of run game part of this drive for Delaware to this point.
And that's been the theme for both these teams. Look, we all know they can throw the ball all over the yard, but what makes them a really good team, both of them, they can run the football if they need to. And we heard from the WKU staff all week, they lauded that offensive line for Delaware, and we're starting to see why.
Minicucci has had a ball batted down line of scrimmage, has had one picked off by a D lineman, has put it on the ground at the doorstep. Thaw motion. Minicucci stepping up. He finds Thaw, quick slant, and he's just shy. Gets hammered. It does get a first down to the 2. It'll be first and goal. Jalen Emery with the hit.
Yeah, Thaw does a nice job here of holding on this ball, knowing that he's probably going to get hit right at the goal line.
So what do you do here? First and goal. Quarterback run game has been a huge part of what they've tried right near the end zone.
I would have already been on the ball. The ball would have been snapped by now after first down. We get up, we go attack, 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 and you run your best run. But they're going to put the ball in Minicucci's hands again.
Thaw with the shake, lob, corner, incomplete. Hard coverage there from Flowers. Delaware can't believe it, thinking that he was tugged.
I mean, the refs are letting these guys play right now in the back end. If you look at this right now, you got Flowers tugging right there at the arm. They may say that it's uncatchable, but at the same time, that is a PI. The refs are letting these guys play here tonight on Friday.
So now second and goal. Lots of subs for Western Kentucky. Sean Wilson by himself left side. Loaded backfield. Misdirection. Minicucci trying to turn the corner. Quarterback keep. Touchdown, Delaware. Third score on the ground for QB1.
I got to give this young man so much credit. The mental and physical toughness it takes to play the quarterback position. You just don't get it if you've never done it. This guy, 3 touchdowns on the ground, couple turnovers, but he's got that amnesia that every quarterback has, every good quarterback. Forget about it. Go score here. That's what Delaware needed. That's what they got.
A ground and pound drive. The bulk of that 13-play, 75-yard surge done on the dirt. Now the point after is good. We got a field goal game in the fourth quarter. The quarterbacks have come to play in a big way. Minicucci leads the team in touchdowns on the ground. He's nearly matched his season total here tonight. Nick Minicucci has tied his career high with 3 rushing touchdowns, the lone score of the 4th as it stands. The Blue Hens trying to rally from down a couple of scores in the fourth in front of their biggest home crowd in 7 years. Their first national TV game in a decade. Year one in the FBS. And we got a wild one between two of the most potent offensive attacks in Conference USA.
Yeah, we in for a treat right now. But this is a huge drive right now for the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, just because this is when you want to lean on the running back by committee. Hart, Wright, Parrish. These guys going to have to take on this workload right now to try to help this team ease out of here with a victory.
Cameron Flowers will take the touchback. Sunday, you can count on the NFL on CBS. Big matchup in Philly. Bo Nix and the Broncos take on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, or the Texans tussle with the Ravens. You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus. Big talk in the league, tush push. Should they not? Both of you guys say keep it.
Yeah, you got to keep it. I mean, it's still a play. I mean, I know it's an ugly play. People don't like it. But just don't allow them to get 4th and 1. Stop it.
First down for Western Kentucky. Parrish, good surge, and the second burst picks up the first. He's able to get 11. Keyshawn Hunter teamed him there.
We talked about all the receivers who get the ball, Patrick. They got 3 running backs who can get the ball at any given time, do any number of things. They have a luxury there.
And they're going tempo here, quick on the ball, right back to the ground. Can they put it away on the ground? Lavelle Wright was called the closer. It is October, right? It's playoff baseball time. That was the analogy used by his head man to Tyson Helton. It doesn't have to be one man.
Yeah, it's 6. It's the offensive line. It's Lavelle Wright. They want this game in their hands. They got the lead. They want to keep the lead.
Blitz coming far side. Throw to the far side. And knocked down, looking for Cameron Flowers. Nate Evans was right on him. A big blitz pickup there by Marvis Parrish, but it sets up now 3rd and 7.
Unbelievable athleticism for DBs, and it's something I don't really appreciate enough. But watching these big-time plays, they're stride for stride with these receivers. Yeah. And like you said, the refs are letting them play. Love to see this.
They are letting them play, and that was Nate Evans. That's the senior from Virginia Beach. Coach Russo loved what this guy brings to the table.
As loud as it's been on 3rd down. On 3rd and 7, McIver finds Hutchison, flag out. He's got the first, but flag down. Kayshawn Cox Jr. was right in that area.
Let's see if they can legal contact, maybe. Oh, PI on offense.
Critical call here on what was a converted 3rd and 7.
Pass interference, number 0, offense, 15-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Matthew Henry at a Division II Livingstone College, also time as a Leatherneck at Western Illinois. That is costly laundry.
Yeah, let's see what happens here down at the bottom of the screen. Oh yeah, he's blocking. Receivers 3 yards down the field.
I mean, that's not even a pick, that is a block.
And watch, he's immediately telling that ref, hey, look over here, man.
3rd and 22, what do you do?
Just maybe a screen here.
Delaware playing it safe, 3 deep safeties. McIver spinning, check down to Flowers. He doesn't get much. Only earns the 31. That's a gain of 7. Dominic Bronia, the beefy D tackle there. It's 4th down. It's punt time.
Yeah, it is punt time. 3rd and 22. You got to pretty much think that this offense is going to surrender with a draw or a screen like they just did. In Delaware, they needed it. Delaware needed to get off the field, and that they did. Now they're giving the ball back to Minicucci in this Delaware offense.
And you can hear this crowd swell up a little bit on that stop. You can feel that they know what's coming. Minicucci's going to get the ball back. He's been in his bag recently. They got to go down and score.
Great hang time, fair catch wave, and a flag. Was there contact after the fair catch? Downfield, Jalen Emery, I think, bumped Duplessis. How can that happen? That's an obvious extreme fair catch wave. You can't touch him.
Free 15 right here. Self-inflicted wounds. This is what the coaching staff talked about for Western Kentucky.
Catching interference, number 11, kicking team, 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Delaware. Timeout on the field.
Now Kent Robinson, the flag against him, a giant penalty.
Correction, the penalty was on number 6, kick catch interference. Timeout
It's
on the
college
field.
football presented by Geico. Field goal game, Delaware ball. We have seen extremes. To be with you, Nick Minicucci.
Yeah, Nick Minicucci right now. I saw him yesterday. He had a pair of glasses on yesterday. Today, he don't have those glasses on. So I'm going to start calling him a Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Right now, he's putting his Superman cape on right now with 3 rushing touchdowns. Just doing it all. Like I said, can do it with his arms, do it with his legs right there. A bad interception. But he put the team back on his back. Now he down 3. Let's see what Minicucci can do with his team right now, down 3. See if he can bring these guys back.
Of course, you're thinking touchdown, but keep in mind, place kicker Nate Reed missed his first 3 field goal tries of the year. His first make was at 0s to force overtime against UConn. Bobble and grab. Sessum's upended hard, but he holds on. Dave Harrod delivered the hit, gain of 5.
Big tree, fall hard. Sessum's had a great game. I credit the defender there, putting his nose in there on about 280 pounds of just brick. Great tackle. He didn't want his buddy to have to tackle him on the 3rd level.
No, that's a big dude.
Second down, and Ellison just left prone. Forward progress stalled. He'll lose about 1.5 yards. Nazir Ward was in the area. So now very quickly, we have arrived at 3rd down and 7. What are you thinking? 7:20 clock rolling.
Well, they have to get the first. Then they're in position out of field goal range right now. You don't want to punt the ball back to Western Kentucky because they have an opportunity to bleed some more time off. So you want to do something to pick up this first down for sure.
Minicucci blitzes on, low snap. Running out of time, and he fires over the middle. That is brought in for a catch. How did he get it to him? Nick LeBoy.
Nick LeBoy goes down low for it to help keep this drive alive. Minicucci has been doing that for the most part throughout this game.
Tempo, Minicucci slings it a little low and short of Duplessis, incomplete.
Yeah, he's been doing a pretty good job of that when he's coming off of his progressions late. He's throwing the ball low where his guys can only catch it, and that's been really good for him. Hopefully, let's see if they can keep it going here in this drive to put themselves in position a little closer, either get a field goal or a touchdown to take the lead.
Remember, Western Kentucky had to burn a timeout because of a substitution issue. They have 1 left. 2nd down and 10. Blitz shown far side. Minicucci rolling near left. Off the pump. Slams on the brakes. He's got nothing. Hilltoppers all around. No gain. Rylan Suafilo at 320 chips him down.
Tell you what, Byron Ellison over there, Byron Ellison Jr. getting out there, leading the way on that convoy to block out in front of Nick Minicucci. Nearly got called for the hold there. He's down there competing. That would have been really costly. Moved them back. Glad they didn't get the call there. He would have regretted that one.
We haven't heard from Jake Thaw in a bit. He's had a couple of big plays today. He is slot left. Sessum's tight end right. Ellison the back. Press shown outside by the Hilltoppers. 5-man rush. Minicucci throws as the contact comes, and the bobbling grab.
Wow.
Thaw tight to the sideline. Where is he spotted? That's very close to the marker. He is short. It's going to be 4th and short. You got to go, right?
Yeah, you got to go.
4th down.
Let's see if he was able to get his feet in bounds. That's bobble. Yeah,
Yep.
got the knee down in bounds, so that equals 2 feet.
Let's change the numbers here, John. You got to get the ball to Minicucci here. If it's short, 4th and short.
Minicucci, who has 3 touchdowns on the ground, off the clap. He follows the push, and he's got it. Minicucci keep. That'll move the chains to the 31. Vincent Sneed with the hit. Gain of 2. That's a big first down. Jakari Kelly subbing in. Time is ticking in this 4th quarter in a field goal affair. 2 teams unblemished in Conference USA.
Now we get into that point of the game. We're not talking time of possession. We're
How
talking
many possessions?
number of
Yes,
possessions,
exactly.
Patrick.
Joe Silver is in. Might they go back to the run game a bit? Trips left. It feels like a game. Whoever has it last might win it. Kelly off the motion.
They got Sessoms.
Minakuchi going deep to Silver. Out of bounds. Just led him a little too long and deep into the sideline white.
Well, the theme all night has been Nick Minakuchi. However it happens offensively for Delaware, whether he's got the football and he's running with it or he's making big-time throws, he is the unquestioned leader of this offense. And obviously he was thrust into the starting role, but he had me fooled. This guy looks like he's been a long-time player for this program. He's doing a great job. Big-time plays, time and time again for Nick Minakuchi.
Extra tight end in. Duplessis is back, 2nd and 10. Minakuchi steps up, lob right, a little too long. Coverage underneath there by Dylan Flowers, sliding in front of Duplessis.
Nice slip coverage right there by Dylan Flowers, trying to undercut the 7 route. Does a good job of playing with leverage. Leverage, that's the one thing these young guys kind of misinterpret in the college football game. Got to play with good leverage. Use your help around this football field.
This is right at the 31. You're looking at about a 48-yard field goal. Probably need yardage here. Minakuchi trying to roll right. It's called. Silver extends. His back in motion. Where do they spot it? It looks like he'll be short. What do you do? They're armed with 3 timeouts.
Short of the line to gain. 4th down.
Are you calling timeout and kicking? Are you going? Are you calling timeout and going?
I'm pointing at the ground if I'm the offensive line. And when you point at the ground, that means run the ball. Let's go win this thing.
It is 4th down and 2.
They got to get going. 14 seconds on the play clock. They need to make a decision.
Ryan Carty is furious, air punching from the sidelines. Going right up to our line judge.
They need to call a timeout.
And now the timeout is called.
What a catch. So much concentration.
Delaware,
when you're running towards the sideline,
it'll be a 30-second timeout.
when you're running towards the sideline, that ball's coming from the middle of the field. That's a tough ball to track. Got to have it situation. Fantastic catch. Outflanks the linebacker. Just what they needed.
So you're going to try to get 2 yards, keep the drive alive. A field goal could forge a tie. 3:48 to go. And Carty still enraged at that prior sequence. This is a critical call. Minakuchi has kept it on most of these situations during the game and has been overwhelmingly successful with the push from his line.
What do we say? There's punches and there's counter punches for great offenses. They might give a look that indicates Nick Minakuchi is going to go up the A-gap, and we may get somebody to outflank to the outside, just like we saw in that last play. You saw the reverse boot left. He pirouetted to his right. We had an outflanked offensive player out there making a big play. Something similar, or go back to the well, buddy.
Yeah, go back to the well, or it could be.
What do you think this is? Because Tyson Helton is now enraged.
So they may be giving them the 1st down.
I mean, he's 2 yards short. What is the call here? Now Carty is fired up. Both coaches are just air punching.
Let's see here. Can't really tell where the ball is.
The ball carrier got the 22-yard
that might be a
line. It's
1st
still
down.
So they're changing the spot, but not awarding a 1st down.
Yeah, his left foot went out of bounds, short of the line to gain.
But where did he stretch the ball out to is the question.
They're going to spot it a little less than a yard shy, so it makes it more obvious. Go for it, right?
Yeah, you have to go for it.
They're going to go extra tight end.
Here we go.
Silver, the deep back, they go pistol on 4th down and less than a yard. Western Kentucky is 1 timeout.
This could be the game here.
Late sub Duplessis comes in. It is a bunch front from Western Kentucky.
Can't lose contain here, Western Kentucky.
Minakuchi calls for motion. It's a reversed pitch. It's Silver. He's shouldered. He extends. Where's he spotted? Oh, that is close again. That is right in the neighborhood.
Jeez.
That was very risky.
Each side believes they have it.
On the field is he short of the line to gain.
Western
First down,
Kentucky gets the stop.
What a stop. We talked about it. Which defense is going to come down? It's going to come down to which defense is going to make the play. And that could have been the play of the game right there.
Jalen Lewis denies Joe Silver, seemingly inches shy. We're going to step aside. An incredibly close call, and it's Hilltopper ball. CBS Sports Network's coverage of college football continues next. Late night Mountain West showdown. Don't miss Colorado State, San Diego State. Chris Lewis, Robert Turbin, Jordan Giorgio will have the call. Aztecs' first Mountain West game of their final Mountain West season. They join the Pac-12 on July 1st. The play before the break, so close.
So close. He stepped out of bounds here. Joe gave it all he got right there, out of bounds, and just came up a little short of the first down.
You got to give credit to Jalen Lewis, too, flying around like a madman on that play.
Lavelle Wright denied left, stopped right, and the Hens contained him to a yard. That was Nick Carica. Now, there was still fire coming from Ryan Carty while we were away. He was enhanced upset because he had to use a timeout to give the bridge of time for the change of spot. So they only have 2 timeouts now. And
he was very fiery because now it went from 4th and 2 to 4th and 1.
I'm trying to read lips.
We'll get John Boy on it, don't worry. So here's 2nd and 9. What a possession here for Maverick McIver. It feels like forever since he's been on the field. Motion from Hutchinson. It's right. And he gets shouldered down by the second hitter. Earns around the 28. That's a gain of about 5. Merge Malumba was in there for the contact. A big 3rd down coming here.
This is where they can earn their moniker, the fighting Blue Hens. You got to fight here on 3rd down. One of the biggest plays in the game, and you can see this crowd's on their feet.
This is what Lavelle Wright has done late in games on the year. They have looked to him to get them right. Can he help him here and now on 3rd down? They need 4 to move the chains and keep the drive alive. Play clock at 5. Motion from Hutchinson. Play clock at 1. McIver steps into it. Open target, 1st down. He finds K.D. Hutchinson. It's 1st and 10, Western Kentucky.
That's been the flavor of the day. When they got to have a play, they're going right to Hutchinson right there in the flat, half sprint out.
Timeout.
Jairus Mack is out today. K.D. Hutchinson got the start, and he has shined in the Friday night spotlight. It's a field goal game, 2 to go in the 4th. Time now for the Geico play of the game. A critical pick 6, the slingshot for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Coron Haywood right now. Reading the eyes of the quarterback, Minicucci. And this possibly could be the play of the game as he crosses over the goal line to give his team the lead 20-17. So let's see if this interception can hold on to give his Western Kentucky team the W.
What are you thinking about timeout usage for Delaware? 2 minutes here.
All I'm thinking about is Western Kentucky. We run the ball, we get a couple 1st downs, that's the ball game. And they say run to win down there in Western Kentucky.
Lavelle Wright rumbles to the 40, gets about 3. Gavin Mole gets another stop. He's in double-digit tackles.
Guys everywhere.
2nd of the half.
Didn't I tell you?
You know, I walked by him in the facility yesterday, and he eyed me up like he wanted to jack me up a little bit. And I was like, hey, buddy, I don't have a helmet anymore. Leave me alone. Just go get it out tomorrow night.
So Delaware calls one of the timeouts here. Do you like that?
Yeah, they have to.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Otherwise, you're looking at less than a minute left here at the end of this set of downs.
And now you need, because at the end of the day, you get this stop here, it's going to be another timeout. You should get the ball back with about a minute and 10, anywhere between a minute and 10, if they don't get the 1st down, anywhere between a minute and 15 to a minute and 10. So that's more than enough time because the clock stops.
They
every
crossed
first
the
down that you get.
47, though. Those buses got to get warmed up, I think. You know,
Yeah.
you get that first down. First down wins the game, is
Yeah,
how we
first
say
down
it.
wins the game for sure.
2nd down and 7. Split backfield. It's Parrish, and he does not have much. He gets a yard plus and gets engulfed by the duo of Blake Matthews and Merge Malumba.
Timeout.
So the
Delaware.
final Delaware
Third and
timeout
final
called.
timeout.
Remember, they
This
could
would be a
have a
30-second
third
timeout.
timeout, but they burned one to help the spot, make it 4th and 1, and then by inches did not convert on 4th down.
Brutal. And that's why Cardi was so frustrated,
Yeah.
man. And you can understand why these coaches, it's a hard life as a coach.
Yeah, it
And,
is.
You know, it seems like you're never right. It seems like you live with all these regrets, and obviously it comes down to timeouts here, and it's frustrating. You understand where Coach Cardi's coming from. Man, oh man.
In these spots, Tyson Helton often calls the plays himself. He says he wants to own possessions like this. They're 9 of 13 on 3rd down. Here is 3rd and 6 that could just about ice the game.
Biggest play of the game right here.
Soft coverage from Delaware. They go 3 up. Hand signals from MacIver, who has run in some big moments out of character on his season. On the ground, it's Hart. Right into the belly of the beast and denied. He gets stuffed after a yard and a half. It is 4th down.
Yeah, now they're going to make him go the long way. Punt that thing down there. Make him earn every yard. I mean, that's the way you got to do it here. And for football fans at home, this thing ain't over yet.
Yeah,
We
it's
could see
not over.
Minicucci drive down the field.
Yeah, it's got a 2-second.
But we still got the offense on the field.
A couple of things to keep in mind. The Hilltopper punter, Cole Maynard, has the 2nd best punting numbers on the year. Their quarterback, Maverick MacIver, his dad was a quarterback and backup kicker at Texas. MacIver himself was a punter in high school. Quick kick could be part of his bag.
I love you, John Sadak.
The offense.
John
Timeout.
coming with.
Western Kentucky, their 3rd and final of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Surprised here to see Western Kentucky call a
That was a
timeout.
Kodak.
Yeah,
Kodak.
no, that was a good move. Just because you can get more off the clock now that the clock is stopped. When you punt the ball off, it's probably going to be about a 4 to 5 second hang time. So you get more off the clock here. Don't have guys rushing. Go over your plan. Get everyone in the right position so everyone can do their responsibility to the best of their job.
Patrick, what's the messaging when your defense leaves the sideline here to go make one final stop against Delaware? What are you telling those guys? What to be aware of?
First and foremost, you can't let any balls get over your head. You have to keep everything in front of you. Keep them in bounds because there's no timeouts right now for the Delaware Blue Hens. So keep them in bounds so that clock can keep moving. Also, when you're making a tackle, move them backwards, not forward.
Cole Maynard, 2nd best punter in the country. Deep, Duplessis on the back pedal. Brings it in and gets hammered.
Jeez.
He never called for a fair catch, and he got blown up inside of his 5. He somehow held onto the ball, and he took a beating. So Delaware's going to have to go about 95 yards. That was Jalen Embry. Embry, who was called for the kick-catch interference, just annihilated Duplessis.
He said, I'm going to play my game. I'm going to make a play. A questionable call on the punt return last time. Great job. There's that amnesia in effect. Go make a ball play on the ball for your team.
Exquisite revenge and specials. Now the Blue Hens have to go 95 yards in 54 seconds armed with no timeouts, and their kicker is far from a sure thing. Minicucci from his own end zone, backside pressure. On the run to his tight end and the tumbling grab.
Get on the ball.
Yeah, you got to like that if you're Western Kentucky University, the Hilltoppers, because they cannot stop the clock. The clock is still moving. It's in the field of play. It puts more pressure on this Delaware offense.
They probably got to get to about the 40 to even think about spiking it. In stride, Silver. A big chunk play to the running back. Gets out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
My guy Joe Silver wanted to put his foot in the ground and make another guy miss. Smart of him to get out of bounds. 28 seconds now. Ball on the 37. This thing's still alive.
Delaware's first win as an FBS team over an FBS team saw them drive the field, kick a field goal to force overtime, and they won against UConn. Minicucci steps into it, deep shot left side, hand fighting, incomplete, flag out.
Now they throw the flag.
That was Dylan Flowers all over Sean Wilson. Sideline warning from the Delaware coaches to their players saying get off the field. That's a point of emphasis.
Pass interference, number 10, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So move that ball another 15, 21 seconds in this field goal affair.
Risky call by the defensive coordinator, Coach Merritt over at for Western Kentucky, just because everything is in your favor right now. You're leaving your corners on the island. You're putting them in harm's way. Just play a simple cover 4 to keep the ball in front of you to where you have a safety and a corner preventing that big play.
There should be 2 white shirts in that picture, Patrick.
100%. They got him back there now.
Minicucci steps up. Flag is out. Catch is made. Out of the hit. Another spin. The circle button works to the 25. But what is that flag for that came before the catch?
Let's see. Holding.
A big penalty.
Holding, number 2, prior to the pass being thrown.
It goes on Ali.
Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down. Clock will start on the
So
snap.
now you're in field goal range. You're at the 25. This is where Reed can and has hit. You have 11 seconds, no timeouts. 2 plays?
Nah, 1 play.
And I don't want to see anything not in the end zone.
Yeah. They're probably
Clock
not going to throw the
operator,
ball,
please reset
though.
the game clock to 12 seconds. 1, 2 on the game clock.
So an extra second. Joe
Delaware
Silver has been a big part of this
Delaware
possession.
has chosen to start the clock on the ready for play.
Oh, they have to spike it. They need to spike this
Start
now.
the game clock on my signal.
Oh, the game clock. Okay.
Yep.
Game clock.
They got to get on the ball, cover that thing up, get ready to roll.
That's Minicucci himself seems confused. What is happening? He doesn't understand the difference there. He was just hand signaling to Carty, the head coach and play caller. So he gets up on the line. 12 seconds. Field goal game. From under center. The game clock is working. And the spike comes from Minicucci with 4 seconds, and here comes the field goal unit. Nate Reed missed his first 3 field goal tries of the year, including 2 from 47. His first make came with zeros on the clock to force overtime against UConn. Here he is in a near identical situation. He hit from 43 to force the extra session. Here it is from 42 yards. Can he tie it and force overtime again? Snap, spot, the kick is in the air. It is!
Oh.
No good! He missed, and Western Kentucky wins! Wow! Despair for Delaware and heights for Western Kentucky. Conference USA's first team to go 3-0 in league play this year.
Road Warriors. And you know what they've had? That's been the theme for Western Kentucky. Fantastic job coming here on a short week after going on the road multiple times, playing against a more rested football team. They made more plays when their team needed them than Delaware, and that's what happened. And unfortunately, it comes down to a missed kick. I've been in a few of these games before. Man, that's a tough feeling. I'm gutted for the Delaware roster.
Yeah, they played hard, they played tough, but it came down to the kicker. He wasn't able to get it up through the upright. Delaware, although they had a chance, although they had the break, the long layoff, it didn't work. Wow, Western Kentucky coming here and steal a win on the road.
Tyson Helton and company with the giant win, and the lonely, empty feeling for Nate Reed. Western Kentucky is now 5-1, 3-0 in league play. Delaware tasted its first Conference USA win, and its last league affair, it falls for the first time here tonight.
And you know what? Good on Western Kentucky, but I got to tip my cap to Delaware. You know, they're really making their presence known in this conference. And obviously, next year, Western Kentucky and all the rest of the guys in this conference, they know who's coming. Delaware's a very real football team, well coached. Unfortunately, they come up with a win today.
Hilltoppers get it done. Fellas, great to be with you.
Same here, John.
Thanks, John. Patrick.
Outstanding debuts. Our final score here, Western Kentucky 20.